Viva Sporting, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to another Sporting160EN podcast, number 179. We got a big one here. We got one that Kim Kardashian witnessed our W.
She got to witness greatness today.
Facts.
She got to witness.
One of her son's going to convert from an Arsenal fan to a Sporting fan.
Yep.
Let me get straight to the panel, starting off with my main man, Steph. Steph, how's it going, bro?
Woo! I'm happy, bro. I was not expecting this. I always believed in Sporting. But going to London, going to the UK and beating them like we did today, oh my God, this is a dream come true. Let's not forget, we beat the first placed Premier League English team. That's phenomenal.
That's huge.
Best league in the world, too.
Yeah.
So technically, best
the
team in
now?
the world. We're also joined by Chris. Chris, how's it going, bro?
When we got to, going into half, I was like, I would have taken being in the game, had our moments, picked our chances. Overall, I feel like our performance was actually pretty good. We went to pens, to be honest, with hella random people, to be honest.
It was a mismatch.
I was nervous about the pens because I was like, random dudes are gonna have to step up, especially if this goes past 5, really 10 long go. Guys like this are gonna maybe have to step up and hit one in a very critical moment. Monday, literal children are gonna have to step up here. We had 3 center backs take penalties.
Yeah.
Insane.
Always sketchy when that's the case.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest, it was awesome. A rare moment of true disbelief. But well earned. What a night for the club though, in the end.
Yeah, hard agree on that. I'm exhausted from watching that game. Just exhausted. This team ages, I think, everybody so many years when we watch them. It is brutal.
The whole second half, just generally speaking, I was I really thought that we played so well in the second half between minutes 45 and minutes 85. That was a really good stretch. Maybe it was a bit short in the clear-cut chance creation zone, but I feel like you can't really ask for much more trailing in the game,
Yeah. It's I thought they had is Steph and Danny there for you, by the way, or no?
No, I feel like Danny's gonna come back in a sec.
Okay, I was confused. I was like, am I having a technical difficulty or is it just me going crazy? All right. But yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that. I thought their first goal, their goal was a bit against the run of play. It felt very much kind of the same vibes as last week. And it felt like, damn it, and we had a couple decent chances first half again. We didn't quite capitalize, but yeah, second half we came out. We could have had 2 or 3. We had the Edwards chance, which I was like, either just chip it or just cut it across to go for the far corner. It was do anything but what you did. and it was almost the exact same spot as the Paulinho miss last week. So it was just deja vu. We've done this before. We've seen this, except he hit the net at least.
Facts. Sorry, I had to take off for a bit, but that's Richard's out right there.
Yeah.
Lastly, there's my out there, guys. I'm gonna be real. I'm fucking drunk already.
Good.
Drunk
man.
off victory. I've been drinking with my roommate. Also give Sam a follow there. He's our good luck charm. Hasn't seen Sporting lose live yet, so I think next season it's safe to say he should go away to Lisbon.
Well, I'll
work
start
from home
funding
job,
his away days.
watch every fucking game, and we'll win the league and the Champions League.
I'll start funding Sam's away days if I have to.
Bro, I'm gonna have to look into where we're playing, bro.
Yeah, true. If we're
On the
playing
next
in like
round.
if we're playing in like Bosnia or something, we might have to reconsider.
I have some time off in April. I might have to go see the next game. Rich, take it away
Good.
from here, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the final countdown. We have officially passed the 900 subscriber mark. We are I think less than 80 or 90 now away. Please do subscribe. You will get a free shirt, likely by the end of this season. It can be the home kit, the away kit, the all white alternative. It can be the strump, whatever you want. And we are covering the shipping and handling, all that jazz. You get a Sporting kit completely free of charge. And we will be announcing it when we hit 1,000 subscribers. We will be doing it live on the show. We will be doing a random wheel or number generator, so you know it's legit. We're not just picking a friend. And if it lands on one of us and we're subscribed, we'll do it again. we'll make sure it's not like, all right, you won the shirt. So we'll make sure it's legit, so you guys can see. But please do subscribe. We are very, very close to hitting the threshold. It'd be a huge milestone for the channel.
Facts, big facts, and that's the out right there for the Twitter at least. Everything else is Sporting160EN, no underscore there. All right, let me bring up the lineup. Let's get straight into it. No more dicking around here. Sporting goes away to London with a big result. We get a 1-1 draw and then goes into extra time, winning in penalties. 5-4. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is SCP. This is só com penalti. I tweeted too. I was like, eles nem sabem a significação da SCP.
The glory days.
I didn't want to just say it beforehand, just in case I jinxed us. So I'm glad it worked. But
Thank God.
But Rich, I'll start with you off first, bro. What were your thoughts on today's game? Take us through your emotions, bro.
First and foremost, Nevstradamus strikes again. Last week on the show, I called it. I said it's going to be 1-1 and we will win in penalties. And I called that shit. So come at me. The prognosticator is here. That being said, this was an emotional roller coaster of a game. Me and Chris kind of got into it a bit, but yeah, I felt their goal was a bit against their run of play. Like we had another, it was typical Sporting. We had a really good opening 10-15 minutes. And kind of a bit of a calamitous goal. I thought Gaio looked a little off on the goal for sure. It was kind of no one player's fault. Like Gaio screwed up, letting the guy kind of go open and dive into ground too early to get the ball. Adan does good on the second save. He can't do much on the first save rather. Can't do much on the second. Diamande kind of caught out a bit too. It happens. We have a couple chances. We go into the half down 1, and I'm thinking, well, this might be it. We might be doing a eulogy on the show tonight. Pot. Someone must have told him Kim Kardashian was in the audience because he pulled out a goal of the year candidate. He saw Nuno Santos pull out the Rabona and was like, oh, check this shit out.
Facts.
And that was an unbelievable goal. That went viral like mid-game. That's going to be replayed for a while. We had the Edwards chance, which was so close, could have made it 2-1, and it was in the exact same spot almost as the Paulinho mess from the previous game. I thought we had a really good second half, and it wasn't until the last 5-10 minutes where they really pressed and made us worried. Go to extra time. They have a couple chances. Adan was huge in extra time, huge most of the game, but in particular in extra time, he made he made a couple good stops. There was the one, I think Diamande was actually the one who cleared it, but Adan was in good position still. We have, I think, one. We didn't really do too much. We had 1 or 2 half chances. We go to penalties, and that's when I think I was like, I can't watch, but I can't not look away. It's like a car crash.
I don't think Amorim watched any of the penalties.
My dad was like,
Nah,
he's going to be so confident. And they cut to Amorim just looking like this.
Every
time
they showed who was stepping up, I was like, yo, I can't watch this. I was like, yo, Arthur
same.
Gomes is stepping up. I literally can't
same.
watch this.
Gaio before that.
Gaio came up and I was ready.
I was like, yo, I can't watch this, man.
I couldn't watch it, but I also couldn't bring myself to look away. Yeah, as Gaio came on to shoot, and I was like, oh fuck. This would be, if we're gonna miss this, unfortunately would be the guy who would miss it. And thank God he scored. We had a couple of close ones. Ramdale got a piece of one. He got He almost got to a couple, but we're tied, and all of a sudden, Adon pulls out a save. He almost got the one before that, actually, too. He got a piece of it. And then Nuno Santos steps up, and we all collectively go fucking ballistic, which was wonderful. But yeah, they cut to Amorim, and literally 5 seconds before, my dad's like, "Oh, they're confident. Don't worry." And Amorim just looked like he wanted to be anywhere else in the world.
The most
like,
confident I was actually
like
was
he has
with
zero confidence.
I had the most confidence in the Nuno Santos PK out of all of those.
You and me
to be
both. Okay,
honest.
you and me both. I
Same.
saw Nuno Santos come up, and I was like, "Okay, I think we're okay."
I had no confidence in Esgaio, no confidence in Arthur Gomes. Arthur
Bro,
Gomes
even
is-
Saint Just made me Inacio. Oh,
Inacio,
I'll
I think
be
Inacio
honest.
wasn't too worried.
Here's the
Inacio
no,
thing.
I
was
was stressed.
50-50.
I was stressed.
I knew
Esgaio
what
would
we
have
had
thrown
out there, right? Any player that's taken a pen, Gonçalves, Trincão, Paulinho, I think those are all the
They've all
players that
missed,
have
too.
taken a real pen
Shermiti.
for us.
Shermiti, but Shermiti's missed.
And he missed.
I was like, Shermiti might be taking a pen. I was like, yo,
I thought so
random
too.
bodies are going to be taking pens no
Right,
matter
dude,
what
some dude.
happens. Esgaio stepped up. Ramsdale, it's not a perfect pen by Esgaio, but it's a pen where Ramsdale's trying to react, right? And,
Yeah.
and to be fair, right, when you're facing a guy like that, like there's no history, right? There's no pen history.
You have no
There's
idea. You're just
nothing you
guessing.
wrote in your water bottle is gonna get you out of this situation because this man has literally never been in this situation before.
No, you're going in blind.
And he's trying to react, and he just puts it far enough right that a slight reaction from Lansdowne in the right direction is not enough to keep it out. I was like, I mean, if Esgaio misses that penalty, I think Ruben Amorim is like truly like a villain, maybe in another world.
He would have been vilified and hated on social media.
It's crazy, but to be fair, he's played a decent game overall. He's really showed he's a bit one-dimensional at times, but like
yeah,
I have a scale of like performances in my head, and like the Esgaio scale, which is just like don't be that catastrophic.
Yeah,
and maybe if you get in a position where you can cross it or finish it, that you do so. He almost had another assist actually. On the Edwards chance, right? The Edwards hits the Ramsdale in the face. I got no complaints about Esgaio. I'll be honest. Like
I had a little bit of a complaint about him on like the goal. I thought he got caught out of it.
He did, but like
but it was a
there
lot.
There
It
were
was
moments
more than
where
one guy on
Arsenal
ball.
was pressing, and I was like, any of these moments could be the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were just
especially in that
constantly-
extra time.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We were going crazy against.
I forgot that Ugarte just got kicked out. He got sent off for just demolishing.
I
Arsenal
knew
guys.
right
Our
away.
poor
I
squad.
was
Oh,
like,
you and me
he's
both, like,
gone.
he's off.
He's
already
gone.
got-
He's
oh,
gone. The ball is so late. He cleans him out. I'm like, he's gone.
Yeah.
They're playing advantage, but he's gone. I know
Yeah.
he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
thought,
as soon
the
as I
ref
saw
did
it.
sorry. I thought the ref did a good job too in this whole game.
It
I mean,
could have
Arsenal
been
got-
a lot worse.
Yeah.
Really.
Arsenal got a lot of
It
the
could have been a
calls,
lot
but that was
worse.
expected. Exactly, it could have been a lot worse. I agree.
I
Bro,
thought
I mean,
overall it
there
was
was,
a decent game.
He
like,
kind of
maybe,
let
like,
him play.
three-
He kind of let him play. There
There
were
was, like,
several.
He didn't put up with a lot of shit.
There
I
were
will say
several
that.
moments where like the defender was wrapping their leg around. Where in the Portuguese league, 100% going to be a foul every time.
Yeah.
And then they would
he let
give,
him
like,
play.
And then like there was even a few times they would give an offside off like potential penalty calls. The Gabriel Jesus one, especially, I think that was the only shout Arsenal had, and even the
Yeah.
linesman then called an offside too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, and I'll pass it off to you, Steph, next. But the only thing on the Inacio thing that I wanted to mention was Inacio looked nervous this game. So when I seen him pull up for
little.
that penalty, I was shitting bricks personally. I think the most nervous I was at was Inacio and Artur, because I'm with you.
I was most
Once I
nervous
seen-
for Artur and Esgaio, not so much Inacio. Although I was nervous for Inacio.
I had some faith in Isgaio, but you know why? Remember when we begged him to take the penalty a few weeks ago, but Pot took it and scored?
Yeah.
He did.
He's-
Otherwise, there'd be history.
He knew his moment would come.
history.
He knew.
No
his
pen
moment would
history.
Facts.
Yeah, he had no pen history.
Yeah,
no
he
one,
knew. He's
no
like,
one
"No,
knows
I
which
gotta-
way he's going.
I gotta
Exactly.
play along.
But he had that confidence from us maybe like a few weeks back. So, like if he's going to hit a penalty, it's going to be against Arsenal. He's going to fucking score it. Good on
Yeah.
Isgaio.
He played chess.
Legend.
Yeah.
He's a legend for that shit.
Yeah,
Dude.
facts.
Shout out to Diamande. I thought Diamande had a phenomenal game
Oh, it
today.
was amazing. I love that kid. I love that kid.
Credit to him. I'm going to eat my words. I was so dead wrong about this transfer. Looking well worth the money. To throw him kind of to the wolves like we did today, and for him to step up.
He's proved himself. He's proved himself.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like one of my early thoughts in him was, son of a bitch. Like, they just can't move past this guy. Like when they get in a one-on-one, like they just cannot get past him. Like, he's so strong. But yeah, he's awesome game from him. I was very happy for him. Good shit all around.
Agreed. He had some shaky moments, but I thought, I mean,
everybody did.
Every game I've seen, facts, exactly. But every game I've seen from Diamande, he's looked amazing. Yeah. I just realized I bypassed the 11, so let me just really read it out real quick. Of course, we had Adana in net, St. Just, Diamande, Inácio in the back line, Yishgayu, Matheus Reis, Bot, Ugarte in the midfield, Edwards, Paulinho, Trincão up top. Arsenal, by no stretch of the imagination did they have a rotated squad. They had Ramsdale, their number one keeper in net, not Matt Turner. They started at least with Saliba and Gabriel Magalhães, who's their center backs. They started with Tomiyasu, who's their left back, their right back, but they had Zinchenko. They also had Ben White coming in, who regularly starts for them too.
They had a couple injuries early on. They had to make some subs quick.
For sure. That did affect them a little bit, but at the same time, it's not like they had a crazy rotated squad. Jorginho, who's a Champions League winner. Fabio Vieira, okay, he's rotation. They had Xhaka in the midfield, who I rate Xhaka highly. Goal point does too. They gave him man of the match. Martinelli on the wing, who's been their starter. Jesus coming back from injury, but he looked decent. And Reece Nelson on the right. We had subs as Shermiti, Sugu, Nuno Santos, Artur, and Tanlongo at the end. We waited a long time to make those subs.
Really?
I love the Sugu today. He had that stupid tackle, but he hustled. I love these.
How about when he put somebody through on a breakaway on a terrible pass?
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. But I like the Sugu today. I just thought we made subs too late. I thought we should have subbed off Trincão.
He made no subs, really.
No, it was all like
Paulinho for Shermiti.
I think that he was about to sub in Nuno Santos, and then we scored, so then he didn't.
Yeah.
Then I think he waited a bit.
Probably. But anyways, Chris, I'll pass it off to you then. Other thoughts on this game that you may have not shared?
I thought Ugarte was immense. I thought that the first yellow card, who someone in the comments said the first yellow was soft. It was soft. That's a clean. Not only is that not a yellow, I don't even think that's a foul. Especially
if it's a foul, but it's
not on the standard that ref was playing today. It was like really out of character for him. I guess he must have misseen it or something, because like he was letting shit like that where you reach your leg around like that play all game, which like fair play to him. I shit on the ref pregame to my friend. I was like, oh, this wanker's about to cost us. Like refs like this always cost us.
That's the one blemish on an otherwise good game.
He let the lads play, in my opinion. He let the lads play, and overall, like there was a couple random moments where I'm like, yo, you're really calling that? I think one moment in extra time where Arsenal had a free kick, I was like, bro, what are you calling? But like Ugarte, like let's be real, like he's probably done enough to get himself sent off in that situation. It's a stupid tackle.
Miles,
but I think Artur is the bigger fuck up there, because Artur could have released the ball a lot sooner, and he just kind of takes like this heaviest touch, and then one of the Arsenal defenders, I forget who it was.
You're not wrong. I still think Ugarte should know better in that situation.
No, but I think he did the right thing, because he breaks up their momentum going forward too. So now they have to stop the ball. He has to leave the field. They could have easily countered us at that point because we were on the attack. So I thought, I mean, sure, Ugarte should have done better. And now this is another Europa League game that he's missing out because he did miss out.
We got Morita back next game.
But to me,
and it was critical today.
He was great.
Right? He had a hell of a game today.
Sugu was not the same as him.
I like the energy he brought, though. I like the energy.
He brought energy. He had his moment.
I know, but he fucked up once. So they almost scored.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. But he's also 18.
Yeah.
He's still young.
Yeah. After that, he redeemed himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much more to say other than like just shouting out specific performances. I thought Trincão, although maybe not perfect, was above his average. Right,
Agreed.
like
Agreed.
he was definitely dynamic in attack. Maybe a couple of better decisions in a couple of moments would have maybe led to chances, but like as far as Trincão performances, like in a critical moment, definitely will take that. Paulinho, I'll be honest, when Paulinho came out of the game,
We died a bit.
we were never winning the first ball ever.
No.
Trinmiti never won the first ball. And although maybe Trinmiti is a more dynamic player in attack, in spaces, which you really didn't have the opportunity to get him into just because of game flow. I'll be honest, like Paulinho definitely was winning a lot of like the first header for us and like winning the ball back in midfield for us. So to be honest, like I feel like that's a pretty good Paulinho performance, all things considered. Trinmiti maybe a bit underwhelming, but like didn't have the chances that like maybe he could have if he come on a bit earlier. But like at the end of the day, no complaints. We got the extra time. Like there was no need to throw Nuno Santos or Trinmiti on earlier than they needed to be thrown on, which he didn't do. So fine, no complaints. Yeah, I mean. Tan Longo comes in, Arturo comes in. I don't really think Arturo impacts the game that much, I'll be honest. I'm not fully sold on him. I am, however, fully sold on Diamande, but I am not fully sold on Arturo Gomes at any point. I was like, maybe at least they'll bring fresh legs, which is like a very optimistic way to look at the situation. I was like, oh, maybe it's fresh legs. But like, I don't know, man. He made his PK suspiciously. Yeah. He came on. He was okay.
We had a couple suspicious looking PK. We had a couple ones that were.
Yeah, I mean.
But yeah, his was extra suspicious. His was a little suspicious.
We'll continue playing good teams in this competition, right? But overall, I have nothing bad to say about that performance, especially that second half. Took the game to them, down a goal. Came into the game with initiative. It's a shame that they scored against the run of play. I really thought that like could happen. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a great goal by Pot. You don't really see those too often.
It's very
we deserved a fucking goal in that game. And if that's how it was gonna come, fuck it, whatever.
No complaints there.
But we could have won that. We could have won that fucking game in regulation. We were the better team overall.
It could have been. It could have been like 2 or 3-1 in regulation.
We were the better team over 90 minutes. They were probably the better team in extra time, especially once we were shithousing towards the end. Especially when they gave +1 at the end of the second half of extra time. I was like, let's go, because there should have been at least +4.
I'll be honest. Blown away. It was only 1.
I was like, +1. Let's go.
I figured
got sent off.
Yeah, dude, that was low key. I'll be honest, that was crazy. But let's go, because we were shithousing. Yeah, we were down a man. Just shithouse. Get the ball out. It's already 20 seconds or on the clock when they held
up 30 seconds by the time they.
I'm like, all right, so we're gonna 40 seconds. Let's go. Yeah, I was very hyped. Yeah, and then you get the PKs. You got random bodies taken, and you can't ask for much more. And you got a keeper who has, I'll be honest, in the PK shootouts he's been in, not exactly shown himself to be that much of a PK man, if you will. Even today, he saved the
one, and then he saved
the PK he saved is a bit poor of a penalty, but like
we take him.
I can't complain. He's come up with 2 big saves, at least in the game. In the first half, down to his right. In the second half, off the header, he's bailed out by Diamande. I thought he's actually made a double save. He saved the first one, and then the second one is a corner kick, and I thought he saved it, but that was actually Diamande. So shout out Diamande. But no complaints about it, Don.
No, this was one of his better games in a season.
There was multiple moments though where he cleared the ball with his right foot just straight out of bounds, and I was just like, panic button. At least it's not like in our net, If it's in the stands, it's not in the net.
It stops the play completely.
If it's in the stands, it's not in the net. So yeah, low bar there, but yeah, I'll take that from Adon.
As will I.
Steph, take it away, bro. What were your thoughts on this game?
I mean, I feel the same way as everybody else. We deserve to win. It was a very entertaining game. The first half, I think the 20 minutes into the half, we owned it. Then Arsenal took over. They scored in a lucky goal, and then in the second half we owned it. And then a little bit of luck in the PKs, we won, and I was freaking out. I was really freaking out, and I'm glad we just won the game. And Sporting and the Portuguese league, congratulations to what they showed to the whole world, that we a good league, that Sporting Portugal is a good team, and we played against the very best of the whole world, the first in the Premier League, and we won against them.
Facts.
Agree.
Adan really making it up for all the mistakes I feel like he made this season.
This was one of his best games
immense.
in a Sporting shirt.
Today he was immense. I'm trying to think of anything else that maybe we've missed, but I can't really say anything. I personally don't think this was Trincão's like a good Trincão game. I actually wanted him subbed off before Paulinho. I thought Paulinho, at the very least, did decent. You know, maybe not attacking.
I thought he could have been subbed. I thought he could have been subbed.
I agree, though. He could have been subbed, but he wasn't the first sub in my eyes. I thought it was.
No, my first subs were like Trincão or Esgaio at the time. I was like, I'm one of them. I waited a long time to make subs.
My brother making Mateus race at left back.
Yeah, I'm okay with Trincão missing goals, but losing balls in the midfield.
It was too easy. It was too easy.
Too easily. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
You know, it's like not taking shots at the goal. That's okay. Mm-hmm. When he loses those balls in the midfield and creates opportunities for the opponent, that's what pisses me off.
Yeah. He also had that one chance in the first half, but I was also shouting at him to pass it to whoever was wide open on the left.
Yeah, true.
What do we make of Marcus Edwards' performance today?
Not as great.
I like Marcus Edwards today.
He's very
okay. I was expecting more.
Yeah,
I still liked him. He still took. He was the only one with the courage to take on defenders today. There was times where there were certain positions. I remember him in like the midfield trying to like get through somebody's legs to then like pass it off, and he easily lost the ball.
I know.
So there's certain positions where I thought, okay, like relax there, but and he should have done way better on that one-on-one. He has to.
The one-on-one.
Near post, I think.
One-on-one, and that's why Chris is asking the question.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
He knows he could have done better one-on-one, and he choked today.
But I still think he had a great game. I still think he was our more lively.
I wouldn't go that far personally. He had an okay game.
Yeah.
I felt he was sloppy in the final.
I was getting nervous for him because I saw him a couple times not tracking back, looking a little gassed, and I was like, Marcus, you have to keep running, otherwise he's gonna take you out because you're not running enough.
And then he took him off anyways,
which is something that you've gotten in trouble for in the past.
He's gotten better with
the 68th minute. Like, bro, if you don't keep running, you're going to get subbed off. And he did make it the full 90, right?
Yeah.
So,
like in Guimarães, he stopped like dropping back to defend. With the Ruben Amorim's gotten better.
To answer the question of the coefficient, it
does. It helps, but it doesn't do anything.
It just keeps us alive a bit longer because I've seen Feyenoord's 1-7-1 today. They've advanced as well. That's horrible.
We've already lost the Champions League place.
Benfica's made it through, but Porto's out. All it does.
Not yet, Richard. Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
So the Netherlands, they had 2 on 5, and we had 2 on 6. So we had Benfica and Sporting.
Yeah.
And they have
Feyenoord. I don't know if they have anybody left in Conference League, actually.
Yeah, they have Asmar.
He's at Alkmaar, I think.
Alkmaar.
Yeah.
But that's the 2 teams they have left. So Sporting staying on, it's a good thing. Mm-hmm. So let's say if Benfica makes it to the final and loses, that's my hope.
You and me, but I said let Benfica and Porto get like the semifinals and something, and then lose.
I'm okay for them to lose next round.
Let them make it to. I think it's the 10th final for them.
It'd be the 9th or 10th year. It'd be up there for European finals.
Yeah.
Because they made a lot. They did make like several in the 60s and lots, and then they went
a while without it. If they make it this time, it'll be the number 10th final.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It'd
then
be the first one since the back-to-back Europa leagues.
I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah,
But
cool.
anyway,
Fuck 'em.
if Sporting makes it and Benfica makes it to the final, Sporting wins the Europa Liga, then we're in good shape and we might bypass Netherlands.
Well, Netherlands is starting to even
I'll
catch
be honest.
France.
If
France has
Sporting
been
wins the
abysmal.
Europa League, I will be
We
thinking about
qualified to the
championship.
Champions
Yeah,
League.
facts.
If
We
we
qualified
win,
I'll just be
Champions
thinking
League,
about
yeah.
winning the Europa League.
Facts.
We'll be in the Champions League. We'll finish 4th. Let's go.
Hey,
I'll
listen,
take it Europa League.
Automatically
in. I'm gonna go all the way to the final with my family. I am.
Where is it?
Budapest in Hungary.
Budapest?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I
I'll
saw
be there.
Let's go with my
Pedro
wife.
Varela from
Let's go
160
with
tweeted
me.
out today.
I'll be there.
You better be.
I might.
I'll be there too. Fuck that
I
shit.
might be there, Daniel. I'll catch
I'm
the
calling
flight
in
together.
sick, bro. What the
There's
fuck?
still work to be done, but
I
Okay.
got lots of vacation.
Let's not dream
time
yet.
I ain't used, Daniel. I might catch a flight with you to Budapest, brother.
Buddy, let's go, bro. Honestly, I have a few weeks off in April, so now I was looking at a resort.
You're looking at
now I'm looking at
who we
Europe.
play. April.
I'm looking
Isn't the
towards
final
Europe. Who are we
in
playing
May?
next?
The
Final will be like
Thousand-
towards the end
yeah,
of May. What is? I'm
May,
gonna check the
maybe
date
June,
because that's gonna
maybe
be
even
close
June.
to my birthday.
Nice.
So I want to check.
So we'll celebrate your birthday.
Sporting, I
You
think, is
don't
going
have
to
to
give you a
throw-
nice
you
present.
don't have
work to be
threaten
done.
me with
Especially
a
if we
good
draw
time.
like Man U or
Exactly.
somebody.
Even
There's work to be
Roma,
done. Wednesday, May 31st.
Juve.
Shit,
Let
it
me
doesn't
bring that up.
matter.
Wednesday, May 31st is the final. So right at the end of May. It'd be a couple days after I turned
Was
26.
it May what?
May 31st.
31st. Okay.
Because my birthday's on the 27th.
No, I'll be there, bro.
I might be there. We might have to prove
If
some work in.
we make it to the final, I'm gonna be there.
Oh, of course. Me too.
I will be. I mean, I'll sell my cars and my house, but I'll be there.
I'll sell a kidney if I have to, bro.
Might piss off
Sell
the
the
wife
house.
again, but we'll
Sell
be there.
the house. Worth it.
It's worth it. I mean, I'll be there, bro. I'll be over there all drunk and shouting Sporting songs and shit. Like me and Danny at Liverpool game.
Yeah, when they came to New York.
Yeah. So yeah, these were the results. I mean, I think there's nothing else to really be said about this game. And shout out to Luca in the chat. Arsenal
Thank you,
fan.
Luca.
Shout out to
It's a
Luca.
hard. It was
Shout
a well fought two legs. Like both teams played phenomenal.
Shout out to Sam too, who is in the Arsenal fan TV, AFTV. Shout out to him.
Yeah, thank you to
That was
AF. Shout out
awesome.
to AFTV for
Sending
working
praise,
on
sending
that with
praise.
us. We appreciate them having us. That was really cool.
Facts.
And
Yeah.
Sam will, spoiler alert, I don't mind spoiling this, is that Sam will, we
Is he on-
believe, have a vlog of today's match because he was there, obviously.
Sick.
He made footage. He made TV. We had multiple people tweeting it in. I was watching it with my grandfather, my dad, and literally the first crowd shot, it's paying through. I was like, shit, I know that guy. And everybody was looking at me like, well, I'm like, you'll get it later. Don't worry about it. And then Chris is like, yo, Sam,
If you listen, they playing against English teams, they come a long way. The fans, they're very classy now.
Mhm.
Yeah, we talk like in the 80s, the hooligans and stuff, they were kind of shitty, but now they've gotten much better. Better than Portugal, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Sam Wool. We'll see. I think he's planning to have a vlog of the game today. I knew a lot of people going to the away game, people who were Portuguese based and traveling, some people who are London based that managed to get tickets through the Nucleos and stuff. So shout out to the amazing away supports. It sounded loud. Like especially certainly on the TV, it sounded like they were making hella noise for majority of the game. So good job on the away support. And let's try to get some of that at home, please. Can we try to get some of that at home?
Yeah, for real.
So which team do you guys want to play against?
Oh, I said this last time we got Arsenal anyways, so I don't know if I should speak up.
Let me show you the chat. So the chat, Michael here is saying Feyenoord. I think Feyenoord's dangerous.
I don't want
Top of the
Feyenoord. I don't want
Eredivisie.
Feyenoord.
I'm not even saying for today 7-1 win. I'm just saying in general. Top of the
Let's
Eredivisie.
play
They're
Ratu
good.
Patricio.
It's a Dutch
not
team.
crazy
They
about
usually
that.
play well, Dutch teams.
Yeah, Dutch teams
And Mourinho.
traditionally give us a hard time. Roma plays similar to us.
Yeah.
We did beat them in preseason. I think we'd match up quite well against them. I think they'd be
We played
I would
Union
still wanna
Saint
avoid them.
Joala in
That would be
preseason
fire.
as well.
Union
That
would
would
be
be
good.
Garrick here is saying Sevilla.
Sevilla's an
shit in the league.
Sevilla's an interesting one.
It just be
because-
George Zouge.
We
I don't
never
like Sevilla.
play well
I like-
against Spanish
I
teams.
No, Sevilla, they are going through it, but I feel like they would show out for Europa League anyways.
Yeah.
So there is that. Juve, I wouldn't hate
Garrick
either
even
because
saying
they're
Juve,
not in
yeah.
a great way. I think we could deal with Juve somewhat.
They look good recently, though. To be fair, minus that Roma loss, they look decent. And then
I did watch that Roma game too.
They looked
It
good
was
against
glorious.
Nantes as
I
well.
think
Bring
the
'em
best
after
match
glass.
would be Leverkusen.
Leverkusen would be an interesting one too.
Mm.
That would be. I think they'd be. They're the toughest to gauge. I think.
Mhm.
And then there's
It doesn't matter. Whatever team
Yeah.
we play against, we will fucking win out about that.
I think we have a shot against any of these.
We got a
teams.
shot against anybody.
Yeah, I'm with you.
After
I'm with
this, I mean, you're saying there's a chance
Yeah.
Arsenal
you
is
need.
ranked number 1 to
in
win
the Premier League.
and we
For
beat.
months, they've been ranked number 1.
Yeah, but hopefully the Arsenal fan left. I'm gonna be real. I think Arsenal aren't even that great. They're just minus the Bournemouth
No,
win.
it's
Fair
a
play to
good
Bournemouth.
team.
Fair
No,
play to
they're
them, but
decent.
Bournemouth
They're
is
a pretty
also
good
shit.
team.
No.
Nah, I don't rate Arsenal. I also hate Arsenal. I admitted it's on a few podcasts ago. After
No,
After Benfica and Porto.
Danny, it's like,
Benfica and Porto, Arsenal are there for me. I don't think they're that special.
but Danny, it's like
And
saying
today proved it.
Benfica is not special, but they're doing a great.
They're phenomenal this year.
Champions
I gotta credit.
Oh,
them.
no, I'm not saying they're not special, but the same way I don't think Sporting was like by far like the absolute no question about it best team when we won the league. We were good. We had a bit of
That's
luck
why.
as well.
That's why I
I
kind
think
of rate
Arsenal are
though.
also having that too. They're good. They have a little bit of luck.
That's why I rate Arsenal though, because they have that little bit of you can't explain it, but they got that little bit of that magic, right?
I hear that. No, and I think they
give
have
me
the
those
magic.
same vibes.
Yeah. Sorry, I think they have the magic to win the league. I just don't think they're all that, in my opinion. I think next year they'll finish
Next
fourth.
year it'll be like the
Fourth,
year after will be the interesting
It'll look
test
that
when
good.
they have to play Champions League and all that.
I
But
mean,
I do think they're a pretty well put together team.
Yeah,
did
the
you
most
see
part.
the interview with the with Sam and the Arsenal fans on the podcast?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So basically, and I respect them. That's their own personal opinion.
Of
But
course.
it didn't convince me. They were playing defense on a podcast. They were basically saying, and I watched the whole show, and I was very entertained. But I didn't agree with them. They said, "Oh, we played because they tied against Sporting in Lisbon," and they said, "Oh, because we didn't play with the best team." That's the first excuse they used. And they said the main focus is the Premier League.
They did.
And that got my attention. And then that if I'm the coach, if I'm Ruben Amorim, I'm going to motivate my players with that. I'm going to tell them, okay, listen, the Arsenal fans, they think that this is not priority for them. It's a bullshit competition because the main focus is the Premier League. And that's what happens when you don't give 100% to a league that you don't consider priority. So to the Arsenal fans, this is what you wanted. This is what you got. It's very simple.
They subbed Odegaard in. He did
But
change
shut
the
up.
game.
No.
They gave him the armband too right away. I was like, oh,
They
Odegaard's
always
coming in.
said their number one excuse was, we're not focusing 100% on the Europa League. Because our priority.
Yeah, once it was extra time, they focused on it.
Well, focus on the Premier League because
Exactly.
Europa League, bye-bye.
Exactly. And to that point, Steph, that's a beautiful point that I wanted to also mention too. I hate that English arrogance of them thinking like Europa League isn't important, as if they've won a European competition anytime soon. You know what I mean? Like, fuck them for thinking that.
And
I'm glad they lost.
And I could see Sammy had to bite his tongue.
Yeah, he was like me, but I'd have to bite my tongue in that situation because
I'm sorry, Vincent.
I think everybody outside of England still values the Europa League except for English teams.
Because if it was me, I would have exploded, and I'm glad I was not part.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it is English, a bit of English arrogance, but it's not just Arsenal fans. That's a lot of English fans. They think they're above the Europa League and the Conference League, whereas 99% of the leagues outside and fans outside of England still see a lot of value in it.
I would rather win the League Europa than the Portuguese league, and it's very simple.
You
If you're thinking about money, of course, you want to
100%.
win the Portuguese league because you qualified for the Champions League. But if you think about titles,
he's cut off.
we've won the Portuguese league 24 times.
Yeah. And you also make Champions League by winning the
Yeah, you make the Champions League by virtue of winning the Europa League now, anyways.
Exactly.
So,
but anyways, boys, who are we predicting tomorrow? It's at I just googled it. The draw is at 1 o'clock CET. So what is that here? That's 4 hours behind.
6 a.m.
No, less.
I'll check the results when I get to work.
Less. I think it's 9. I think it's 9 a.m. or 8 a.m.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 9 a.m.
Oh, okay, I'll be I'll have already.
I had to count in Portuguese.
Okay.
It's
No,
okay.
This is the Portuguese lesson we give on our podcast.
This is
Foda-se, caralho, milhões.
Sporting160EN presents Rosetta Stone for 2 goals.
But who are we predicting tomorrow for the Europa League draw? Who are we getting? Steph, I'll start with you.
Yeah.
Put it out there. Who are we getting?
It doesn't matter who we get. How about that? Whoever we get, we're going to win.
I like that. How about you, Chris?
I think we're going to Union Saint Gilloise.
You took mine.
I would love that.
Took mine.
Preseason opponent. Opponent. I think we drew, right?
We did.
We drew
0-0 or 1-1, if I recall.
Yeah. Wishful thinking.
We drew them and then we beat Roma like the next game.
I think
Roma, that'd be awesome. I'd be down to play Roma.
I would love
that.
I would love to fuck Mourinho. I don't like him at all.
I love
Mourinho, but it'd be
I love Mourinho, but I would still love to fuck him.
I don't, because he doesn't like Sporting at all. So.
Yeah, that is true. No, he does. It was his first
I'm a
club.
Sporting fan.
If we match up with Roma, I guarantee you Mourinho will talk nice about us and in Portuguese.
Yeah, he won't
Guarantee
start too much shit with us. If it was an English team he's playing, he'd be starting shit.
Maybe.
No, you know what? They're gonna give Roma United. It might be Roma United.
I would love that. I would love that too.
I think we might get one of the Italian boys. I think we might get one of Roma or Juventus. I think that's what we might get. Which decent matchup. Like Roma plays very similar to us, setup wise. So it'd be interesting, and we can get Ratu Patricio back at the Alvalade.
If we get Feyenoord, it's a direct. Like, we do not have the 2014 or the 2024-25 Champions League spot. Like, they directly win it. Because even if Benfica wins the Champions League and we go out,
it would destroy the coefficients for us. Yeah, we would have to win. I mean, we have to win anyways, but
maybe Benfica crashes out next round. We beat Feyenoord. That'd be
they'll find it. They'll find it tomorrow. Their opponents as well.
You know what?
So
seriously speaking, since we knocked out Arsenal, nobody wants to play against us. How about that?
They are gonna be a bit afraid because they saw that we very much held our own against Arsenal.
Yeah.
But how about this? Since we beat Arsenal, more teams are gonna look at us more closely and not think we're like some pushover team like Arsenal did when they first got us.
Yeah.
You know, we ranked number 33 in the UEFA League.
Oh wow!
In the club rankings right now, yeah.
Yeah.
And, are you impressed by that?
Let's get up to number 30.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But in the UEFA ranking, Portugal's number 7, and today Sporting Spain, in conjunction with Benfica, was a big plus.
Yeah, that was huge. Too bad. Porto, if you're looking at the coefficients, Porto played a hell of a game yesterday. They had
I was rooting for that.
They hit the post, they hit the crossbar, they forced several saves. Like, shout out to them. They did everything they could. They just couldn't.
I mean, my policy, the way I think about the other clubs, the Portuguese clubs, is stay as long as you can, make it to the final,
and then
lose them.
This is why we're friends, because I said the exact same thing. I said, let them get to the final. If we put it along.
Yeah, exactly. Because, there's nothing more sweet than seeing Benfica or Porto losing in the final.
Oh, and they would say that, I mean, if we got to finals, they'd say the same thing about us. But I get it. It's the fun in the ride. If you can't, joke a little bit as a rival, what are you here for?
The fans that tell me the same thing. I hope you guys make it to the final and lose.
Yeah.
And I get it. I don't get upset about that.
No, if you can't, have a civil, joke discussion as, a sports fan, go to jail.
And listen, I've lost friends, Benfica and Portista fans, because they take it too personal, and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're gonna start like just making shit personal and getting like internet mad at people, like calm down. Like you don't need to. Like there's no need.
Facts. I agree. Let's get on to some Twitter questions, but before
Yeah,
Twitter, my brother, shout out to my brother David Saldanha. Follow him on Twitter, guys. I think it's under David Saldanha or David MF Saldanha, something like that.
He's a nice guy.
He asks, who do you drop to put Quach back out of this back three? Which I think is an interesting question.
Oh,
Mateus Reis was the left back today, wasn't he?
So yeah, between Inácio, St. Just, and Diomande, are we dropping Diomande after a performance like today?
yes.
I think maybe.
Kawats literally does need to rest his knee at the same time.
That is true.
I'm okay with sitting Kawach for a couple games. International breaks coming up too, which we'll do.
It's like when Marsa actually stepped in and played decent. Diomande stepped in, played decent. Like,
yeah.
I think that this could be the last 6 months of Kawats. I fear.
I hope not though, because I still think he's on those games where we've been stale. Even against Boavista, where it was like still 0-0, I still seen him make that run forward that I love. I love when I see Quach make that run forward.
But St. Just made like 3 runs forward in this game.
I think
but he's injury prone still too.
I agree with Chris. I think season 2023-24, Diomande will replace Coates because he's been kind of signaling to Sporting fans he wants to go back to his.
That's true too.
Yeah.
I just think the knee is too much. The knee is catching up with him, sadly.
Yeah.
But I also think next year Inácio's probably gone, and now he got a shot. He got a call up to the national team,
and that's okay because
that's what I'm saying. If Inácio's gone, then Quach can still fill that spot. We can have Mateus Reis that can play there. We can have Diomande, St. Just. Because they're not going anywhere. We just recently bought them.
I think Coates
will stay. I don't think anybody has like a
Coates will stay one more season, but Diomande is naturally his.
I think Diomande is the heir apparent. I think Steph's on the nose. I think Diomande is the next up. The next one up from Coates.
Diomande might be gone in 2 years. This time next year.
That's a 2 year. That's 2 years from now, probably.
This time next year, even
because the Portuguese clubs, what they do is. They're not going to tell you, "Oh, we're going to increase your salary, but we'll give you a bonus of $2 million."
Yeah,
they end up staying because think about Amorim. You know why he's not gone to England? It's not because he doesn't want to go. It's because his wife and kids are saying stay because it's more important for the kids to have the stability in Lisbon, and that's why. And he's making good money. I mean,
he's making very good money.
At 1 or 2.5 million is not good money in Portugal. You're a fucking bullshitter. You know, that's good money. But he's giving priority.
Bro, 100K in Portugal is great money.
That's amazing money.
Yeah, but in the football world, 2.5 and
I'm just talking generally,
in general, normal people speak.
Yeah.
But Ruben Amorim hasn't moved on because let's not be fools because of his family.
I mean, Amorim is on what, like 6 million before tax, so around like 3-ish, maybe 3.5 million after tax.
Yeah.
That's good money, baby.
Yeah.
And his wife is telling him, vamos ficar aqui em Portugal por causa dos putos, os avós estão aqui.
Yeah, Lisboa is not too bad on 3.5 million a year, you know?
He's giving priority to stability to his kids and wife. Yeah. And I get that. And I mean, I really get it. So from a Benfiquista to be in a Sporting club and giving the attention like that, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's a Sportingista at this point.
No, he's I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I don't want him
to... O filho dele é Sportingista. Então.
I don't want him to be Vili Casacas like Sérgio Conceição. He was a Sportingista and then all of a sudden he fell in love with Porto. Fuck him. I lost his respect.
No, Porto gave him everything. It makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense to me. When you like a club, you like a club. You don't switch. You own it. You can't be afraid. When you're afraid, you're a pussy.
You can change a lot of things in life. You can change your religion. You can change where you live. You can
change your wife.
Your wife. You can't change your club, can you?
You can never change your club.
That's a
video on YouTube that he says quando era pequenino eu era Sportingista.
Yeah.
And then he fell in love with Porto. To me, he lost all the credit and fuck him.
Fair enough. Listen, I'm just happy Amorim's still here. Let me just say that. 'Cause there's a lot of great towards Amorim.
Sportingista. He says you respect Sporting.
Ele é Sportingista.
He's a little bit
Agora é
Sportingista.
Sporting. Hoje, today he's a Sportingista.
Today he was a Sportingista.
These last 3 years he's been Sportingista. When he leaves the club, okay, maybe he's supporting Benfica again. He's Sportingista.
Sporting pays the salary, and he has to respect it, and he does that.
And
But in his
Conceição
heart,
too, though.
he's Benfiquista, which I'm okay with that. I respect him for that.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's
I'll,
like
I'll be
he's
sad when I
smart.
see him coaching Benfica in the future.
Am I right, Chris?
It's gonna be like he's not gonna go straight to Benfica.
No,
but,
there's
like,
gonna be a few stops.
Let's be real. The man's 8 years old. If he coaches
he's
till
the same
he's
age
60,
as Ronaldo.
if he coaches till he's,
I think he's going to Benfica.
if he coaches till he's 60 some odd years old, at some point he's gonna go to Benfica.
It will happen. It's not gonna. I don't think it's
happen,
right.
Especially unless he. Here's the one. The only way he won't is if he gets too fucking good.
Nah.
If he
Right?
gets, like,
And
a
he becomes
star
the new
status.
Mourinho, where it's like
Yeah.
Benfica, bro. Like I only managed like the champions of Germany, the champions
Yeah.
of England, the
PSG.
champions of Spain. Like, bro, I'm going to
Italy,
Barca.
like,
I'm going to Real Madrid. Like
Yeah.
he gets too good. That's the only way that he does it. Otherwise,
Which I
Over the-
see the potential in him to do so.
over the
I
next
also-
30 years, like it's gonna happen.
I also don't see
I
him
mean,
going-
I'm with
I
James
live
on
with
this one,
that.
though.
I live with that.
What was
I
the
think we
name
need to
of
stop this conversation. I'm with James on this one.
I also don't think he goes
For
directly
now,
to
we don't need to
Benfica
worry about it.
anyways.
We don't need to worry about it for now.
Dude,
Shut up.
but what was the name of the coach of Port that went to England?
Bobby Robson.
Mourinho. Oh, Villas Boas.
Villas-Boas.
Yeah.
Villas-Boas, what? He never said he was non-Portista. He always said he was Portista, and he kept along with that, which I respect that. Another player that has said that from Manchester City, Bernardo Silva, he said, in Portugal, I only play for Benfica and Benfiquista.
Vilas Boas thinks he's gonna be the president.
I'm
of
okay with
Portugal,
that.
Over
right?
people
I
that
like
touch his dead
that.
body.
He owns it. I like that.
Yeah.
Like that. He owns it. So I don't like players that say, "Who should Sporting? Amanhã de Benfica, amanhã de Porto." Fuck them. I have no respect for them. You stick to one club and that's it. You don't switch because of what's best for you.
I'm looking at you, Paulo Futre.
Oh, fuck.
I couldn't
dude.
resist. I couldn't resist. He set me up.
The association with that guy.
Oh,
But hey, he's
I
always
don't
for
respect
Atletico.
him.
He's always for Atletico Madrid.
He's good with Viagra. I don't even know what's called in Portugal. He does those announcements.
I hope that he was able to stop smoking, right? Because I remember he quit cigs in a
Yeah.
very public video. That was probably a year, 6 months ago. I hope that it's worked out.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the video?
But other than that, man, the guy just pisses me the fuck off.
Fuck off, bro.
The Figo Netflix movie? Back
Yeah, Figo.
Figo, yeah.
So
Another guy that just
How much is
pisses me
Futureman?
the fuck off.
How much is,
Figo, yeah.
in that movie? How much did Future make? He made like
More money than he
made
should
more
have.
money than any of us.
Yeah, 1.5 million, something like that.
Figu thinks that he's gonna just walk into Sporting one day and become the president.
I have more
Oh,
respect
never
for a
gonna
player
happen.
like Quaresma.
Don't say never, brother, and do not say never.
He played for Porto and stuff like that, and his son is a Sporting, and he's saying now.
Didn't he also came out recently said that he wanted to move to Sporting when he moved to Porto the first time. But they
Yes.
said because
Yes.
the Deco
Barcelona.
transfer,
Yes.
the Deco transfer, he said no, we have a deal with Porto for Deco. You're going to transfer to Porto, but he had said to his agent,
Yeah,
I
o
want Porto.
cigano do agente.
Quaresma's
And guess what happened? He got fucking owned by George
His
Mendes.
men.
Yeah.
Yeah, George Mendes told him he wants to Porto. That's it.
Yeah.
Nah, you don't have a choice, bitch.
And here we are. This administration letting George Mendes right back into the club.
Yeah.
You gotta love
Yeah.
Verandas, huh?
Yeah,
I love it.
it's I mean we're very deep into that, but yeah.
Anyways, sorry, I thought I had to bring that up.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something aside of the limb about everything we've been talking about. Someone said that Varandas is the best president in the last 30 years.
Who said that?
Sorry,
No,
sorry,
hold on,
This is
hold on.
not great.
quickly.
but-
Somebody in the chat, quickly. Somebody in the chat even said Varandas is only second to João Rocha.
Okay,
Go ahead.
espera un moment. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I'm not, and I'm gonna shock you. You guys gonna be like, this guy had a little bit of too much to drink today, and maybe so.
No, that's me.
Listen, but in the great scheme of things, I'm not disagreeing with it. The only thing that Veranda needs to do is solve the problem with the clocks.
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
If he solves that fucking problem, he might be considered.
But that goes against his whole mantra,
MO.
though.
I know, but that's why
That's why he doesn't do it.
Yeah, but that's his main problem because he's a little bit too alfacinha, croquette.
Here's the thing, right? If he decided like tomorrow, right, that he wanted to have a better perspective relationship with the clocks, I'll be honest, the clocks have a lot of infighting amongst themselves right now.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, like, I'm not gonna say that like the club's lack of support and attack on the clocks has helped them be united, you know, like they're almost driven apart. So the fact that they're as a result driven apart is not that surprising.
Mm-hmm.
But if he turns around and like had a better posture, maybe in like a year we could have it better. It would take like a year to probably build it back. But like, yeah, I mean, obviously they're not even thinking about that, and it's totally against what they're down for. They're willing to support the ZCEAP, the Zona de Cartão de Adepto, and any other, the anti-pyro law, any just shitty.
But you know, but there it is, and I'm glad you touched the subject. The pyrotechnia. It's not a sporting law; it's a Portuguese law.
Yeah, they're just down to support the government with whatever.
So,
yeah.
So with that said, let's say I am the president of Sporting Portugal because
I love it. Where do I sign up?
I could be actually because I would be fucking awesome. But anyway, so let's say you, Chris is the president of the Juventude Leonina, and then Richard is the Directive 21, and then Danny is the other clock.
We don't even know the other name. It's just the other guys.
All I would have to do is thank you, Justo Box. All I would have to do is meet with you guys and work it out and tell you, hey guys, I know it's kind of simple saying it this way, but I think if he met with them and maybe he did, he could tell them, hey, listen.
He hasn't in at least 6 months. Yeah.
He has to meet with them. He has to sit down with them, have a dinner or lunch, whatever, breakfast, and meet with them, and then work it out.
They tried to announce in like the summer that they had reached a protocol, but they clearly haven't. Directivo has moved the Curva North for the most part. It's a shambles, you know.
Every clock, it's very dynamic.
Yeah,
is bigger than Directive 21.
But here's the thing: the fact that the Cartão de Adepto section just eats up so much of the section to begin with is going to lead to, because like before the whole Curva Sul was like Brigada, Juveleo, Directivo. So like
we lose so much in not having the clocks in the Curva Sul and the Pavilion.
Yeah, the Curva Sul is dead as long as Zona de Cartão de Adepto exists. As long as Zona de Cartão de Adepto exists, the Curva Sul is never going to be the same.
So my question is to do this on Sporting is the following. Do we pay a PSP as GNR, which is the police in Portugal? Do we pay them? If we pay them, I
hope so.
So then if we pay them, why they're not providing good service? Why is Sporting still getting fined? Because it's in the arenas, in the Giant Stadium, in the Eagle Stadium, whatever stadium in the United States, the security, the responsibility is law enforcement. Why isn't the law enforcement in Portugal responsible for why the club's still being fined?
It's tough to say because the law enforcement in Portugal is, if you look at like incidents at the Dragão last night with the Inter Milan away fans, like they're realistically doing like a horrible job.
Yeah.
And like,
But no,
I
but
don't
that's
know.
not law enforcement. That
I
was
see what you're saying. So it's like
that was a, that was
if a
story.
flare or a smoke bomb
But-
gets into the stadium, right? It's technically like the security's fault because they
But-
didn't do a good
but
enough
They
job.
didn't-
But
they
like
didn't do it,
even
yeah.
when they ramp up the security and like prevent thousands of fans from coming in, it's not like they stop the smoke bombs and the flares from coming
No, but
in.
the problem in Portugal
So you should just allow them to do it in a safe manner.
in the problem in Portugal, they hire a security private company called stewards with the yellow vest. They have no weapons.
Yeah, they don't work for the
No
club. They just
escape,
work for
nothing.
yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Because they think it's too expensive to hire the PSP engineer. But at the end of the year, after they pay all the fines, it's even more expensive to hire that company.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
burning
say
money
probably
anyways.
Oh,
would
yeah,
it
so from the
change, though?
get-go,
Do you think
hire
it would
police
actually change
law
anything?
enforcement and make them responsible for the whole security.
But you think it would actually change anything? Like less flares would get in and stuff like that?
We would not, Chris, but we wouldn't have to pay for the fines because we wouldn't make a PSP responsible.
Well, the fines are a joke to begin with. To be fair,
It's a lot
right?
of money. At the end of the year, it's like over 2.5 million.
I know. But there's a lot of fines that the club accumulates over the course of a year that are just kind of like, I feel like kind of built into the operating expenses. Fines for being late to interviews, the team being late for the second half, Hugo Viana shoving someone in the tunnel.
I'm not
like,
talking about that.
I'm just saying, no, the club accumulates like a
But that's
couple
all
mil
stuff
a year in random fines, and it's just kind of built into the operating budget, like
that's stuff we can prevent, but we don't
for sure. Like we could try to cut that number down, but I'm just saying, like they definitely have like a couple mil probably built into like just random idiotic.
They have money
fines.
set aside for fines
because they have
probably
to,
have
right?
reserves.
Because
they need to.
They know it's gonna happen.
Okay,
it happens every year.
So look at this. Sporting fans were told, if you go to London and misbehave with pyrotechnia, you'll be suspended from the UEFA games for 2 years. And guess what? They behaved.
They did. They were very well behaved today.
They behaved an awful lot.
I'm actually glad that you brought that up, Steph, because I just like ever since that happened, I've just gotten like a really it almost felt like Sporting wanted to get in trouble for that.
They can prevent that,
bro. But here's the thing, man. Did you see the Napoli and the Frankfurt fans today? Like they turned the city into a war zone. Like it's crazy to me. Like I've seen the Union Berlin fans and like just crazy pyro displays. It's insane to me that the Sporting pyro display in Denmark, which was like, I don't know, underwhelming at best, a couple moments of pyro, maybe someone threw it at the other stand once. Like,
so what are you saying?
I don't know how that gets us a 1 year.
Sporting administration made a phone call?
I think that they were like, yo, I think that the fans are like acting up a bit. And then UEFA maybe was like, okay, I guess we'll like punish you, but with a suspended sentence. Because like I feel like other teams would have gotten such worse penalties by now for their actions. Because like it seems like what happened in Denmark is like just maybe something a little bit, one incident, one person threw one thing. Like that doesn't get you a 1 year suspended sentence. Union Berlin fans, the Eintracht Frankfurt fans, the Napoli fans, they went to war today. So like if one person throwing a flare is a suspended or Napoli fans going to be banned from the next 10 games away from home. Like I don't think that that's what's happening. And I'm not necessarily trying to condone violent actions or throwing flares or injuring children or whatever crazy accusations. It's just like it just felt so weird to me that what Sporting allegedly like got in trouble for, it just like
Well, they didn't get in
It felt like they
trouble
wanted to get in trouble because, like, what I see from other teams, like, UEFA is not handing out sanctions like that. UEFA is very hesitant to hand out sanctions like that. So it's like,
but
I don't know, man.
The point is, if you the president of a club, okay, it doesn't mean that you can control everything. That's almost impossible. So you have to rely on certain layers of responsible people. So to control the clocks, you have to get along with the president of the clocks. You have to.
And you have to have an active relationship. So guess who set, like, in London, you've sold out your section of 3,000 fans. So at least 3,000 fans
but
are
for
traveling.
you
don't set up a meeting point for them. And then it's up to Juventud Leonina to set up a meeting point.
But it's a different culture. So in England, it's a different culture than Portugal.
I know what I'm just saying. It's just like,
in South America,
if the fans are traveling, you have to do a little to set up a meeting point. Maybe you do this. It's just like, I don't know, man. It's just like, it feels like the resources are not put in the right areas.
In Portugal, Benfica, Sporting Porto, they have to work out the deals with the clocks in a different way than possibly in France, Germany, and England, and so on. It's just a different culture. And I think Varanda missed the boat. He doesn't get the culture in the Portuguese community. So sometimes it's better to give in a little bit.
It hasn't cost him, though.
To make it better for the overall picture. Because the division that's going on at Sporting with Varanda is because he doesn't know how to handle
We've been saying this for so long. It's like, bro, just do the olive branch. And he just never does it.
Literally, I put out a tweet like 3 days. I put out a tweet like 2 days ago or yesterday saying all they need to do is grow up, both sides, and just have an adult discussion. That's all you need to do.
But Rich, the problem is.
But in theory, they tried to when they announced a new protocol.
Wants to mirror the way England handles the clocks, it's not going to work out. Because Portugal is very, very
different
from England.
It can't compare.
It's a different culture. So he has to learn the culture of how it is in Portugal.
He knows the
culture.
culture.
Then it will be fine, and he could be the president.
I think it's more so he just doesn't deal with conflict well. I don't think he deals with conflict.
If he's expecting todos os membros das claques to be saints, he's fucked. Because they're not saints.
No.
Exactly. You have to understand that you're not dealing with saints.
They're gonna have fucking shitty lifestyles. But if you strike a deal with the president, like in Juventud Leonina, is Mustafa, né?
Is Mustafa.
What's his real name? Mendes. Okay, não sei quem Mendes, né?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you strike a deal with them, Mustafa will control his clock to the best he can, of course, because you could never control.
There's always going to be one or two dipshits that are going to do something stupid.
So he'll do the best to his ability, but that's where Varanda is failing.
But at the same time, not a lot of motherfuckers are going to get 3,000 people and bring them to Vila do Conde on a Monday night at 9:30 p.m. So
today in Arsenal, who do you think was in Arsenal?
I mean, Arsenal's Arsenal.
But in Arsenal without
a lot of it was the Clocks.
You think it was the Croquettes com os quis Sporting do corporation? No.
No.
Sporting corporate.
We didn't see the Jacket Boys.
The Jacket Boys were quiet today. I'll be honest. I don't know where the Jacket Boys were seated, but I know they were there. But they were quiet today. Yeah. I don't think I like the attention they got from the first game. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I don't think they loved the attention that they got.
I don't know what you guys do, but within your job, within your company, how many people get in trouble?
Oh, none. We run pretty well.
No,
what do you mean?
I mean, in my job, people get in trouble.
Yeah, it happens.
Exactly. So you don't think in clocks people will get in trouble? What the fuck?
Yeah, no, people definitely get in trouble. Yeah.
And Varane is thinking that everything has to be perfect. He's fucking nuts. He has to realize that there's always a risk for mistakes.
He views them as a good foil. So as long as he views them as a good foil, he'll view them as opposition.
If he treats the Clarks the same thing as finances of Sporting, you will realize that Clarks are not so bad. Because the finances of Sporting are pretty shady. It makes no sense, So, treat the same way. That's his downfall with Varandas. Because I don't think he's a bad president.
No, we've had way worse.
Nah, if you look
We've
at
had
the picture,
far worse. Coutinho lost.
we won the Taça de Portugal in volleyball. We won the rugby ladies against Benfica for 7 years in a row. We're doing well in futsal. We're doing well in basketball. We're doing well in handball. In we're doing well in all areas. Except for the ladies. They lose against Benfica all the time, but they got an awesome player from Germany, I believe. She's pretty awesome.
I know. I'm just looking at the future of the club generally.
We won in track and field, ladies and guys. We're Portuguese champions. So we're doing well as a club. We're not doing bad. The thing is, it's how he presents himself in the pavilion. Like always falling asleep. In the stadium, always falling asleep. His demeanor is like he doesn't give a shit. But the results, actually, they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And UEFA, we'll get into that, the youth league soon too. But
youth league. I forgot about that.
Before that, I mean, we've pretty much answered all the Twitter questions. That was a good talk, but I actually wanted us all to have too, because we need to also have these even on the good days too. It can't just be in the bad days where we criticize Varandas. We need to bring this up also on big results.
And here's the thing: you can be pro Varandas and pro Clark. Like you don't have to hate one and love one and hate the other. Like you can like or dislike both.
You can agree. As much as I can agree, there's some good things.
What's that big black thing over here?
What?
What's the big black thing over here?
This
big black thing.
Oh, it's a microphone.
That's a microphone.
I thought it was something else.
That big black thing's in my pants.
You can be pro Varandas and pro Clark. Like you can tolerate Varandas and you can recognize when the Clarks are being stupid. You can also recognize when Varandas is being stupid. You can also recognize the value the Clarks bring and the job Varandas has done, which compared to some presidents is quite a bang up job, right?
Yeah, I mean,
we're never going to be like America, the UK, and in Portugal.
No,
because we don't have the same amount of population. So to completely have a full stadium against shops, it's not going to happen.
But on the stadium part, on the attendance part, it's a joke. What's going on lately?
Yeah, of course, 20.
It's a joke. Bruno Carvalho had a lot more.
It's not just the clocks; it's the average fan who sits on the opposite side, who sits in the upper areas. Not just the clocks. It's the clocks. It is the clocks. But it's also the other areas.
The president of our club doesn't know how to captivate fans. It's the clocks will eventually call people into the stadium. Of course, if we're playing shitty, no one's going to go to the stadium.
See, that's
even
a fair
I don't
point
like
too.
Is a good excuse. I don't even like that.
I kind of disagree with you a bit on that, Danny. It happens in every sport. If you're playing like shit, why would I pay to watch you go?
Okay, exactly.
It's a little bit understandable.
Yes, the thing. Victoria Guimarães is like an eighth, and they get 18,000 people. Like I don't know. Like,
exactly.
For Guimarães, 18,000 is good.
Exactly.
I know that's what I'm saying. They're shite, and when they're good, they sell the stadium out.
Yeah, exactly. And what I say to that is like, I mean, if we look even at Arsenal over the last few years, Arsenal haven't been great either, but it's not like they're struggling with attendance like we do right now. For example, it's not different though. And if you want to compare it to even North American sports, bro, like
Danny,
the Raptors, the Leafs don't have to be good
in England compared to Portugal.
Okay, I can do another example. I can look at Fiorentina. Look at Juve. Look at Napoli. Napoli haven't won shit for years, and they're packed out stadiums. And now that they're about to win the league, it's not like
they want to charge the same prices as in England, like Portugal.
But that's That's the administration.
How much was it each ticket?
Exactly, that's the administration. You have to blame them. And it's inflation too, but
I think too, you got to keep in mind our league
that's
isn't run
normal.
great.
55 euros or 55 pounds because they go by pounds in England. Okay, in Portugal, 55 euros, it's super expensive.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
In America, me, Chris, and you in Canada and Rich, $55, it's nothing.
$55 is like, I'm taking that and laughing.
Yeah, I'll go watch the Yankees against the Phillies for 50. That's
sure.
a fucking steal. That's a good price. But in Portugal, that's too much money because what's the average salary in Portugal? It's like $5,500 a month.
It's probably less than that.
Even less. I think it's like 3,000 euros or whatever. Not even that.
Quando o Sporting vai jogar ao EUROPA, lá no canal do EUROPA, they want to charge 55 euros. Mas estão parvos ou quê?
No, agreed.
They don't even include my favorite cerveja and termos.
Agreed. And I don't want to even get too much on the fans, though I do think the fans are somewhat at fault. Like, I don't care if the game's at a Friday in the afternoon. Like, here in North America, the Raptors, the Sixers, the fucking Yankees, they'll play a Tuesday night and that shit's packed.
At 7 p.m.
You know what I mean? At 7 p.m. Like, it's the same excuse for us.
And we pay $12 for a fucking hot dog.
We got to keep in mind with the Toronto teams, it's a lot of corporate season seats, so they just give those tickets out.
Fuck Toronto. I'll
your other markets still stand. Your other the rest of
I'll talk the Oilers, the Flames. Like, you still get people out there.
Yeah, Toronto's a bit of an anomaly even in North American sports.
I've watched a Sixers. I've watched a few Sixers.
Oh,
games.
they've got the box seats at the Avalon sold out. They got the
but that's the issue.
Sold out.
So
I think that's the issue.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 of us. Okay, so let's say I bring my wife. Chris brings his girlfriend. You bring your girlfriend. He brings his girlfriend. So now
I got a girlfriend now.
I don't know.
That's news to me.
Yeah, and she's hot.
Right.
It's Kim K, bro. After tonight's performance, she's dating you.
It's 4 of us. It might be 8 of us. So it becomes cheaper.
Yeah.
Vamos lá falar do Boa Vista.
Vamos lá, Boa Vista. Last game of the pod here. Another convincing 3-0 win. A good performance at home against Boa Vista. Lineup was Israel Franco, who I thought was injured. He had a performance like he did today, but he was injured, which is interesting.
Sunday flu.
We had Coates, Diomande, and Matheus Reis in the back line. Nuno Santos, Gaio, Ugarte, Morita in the midfield. Potts, Shermiti, Edwards up top. Sammy boy!
Holy shit!
What were your thoughts on tonight's game against Arsenal? Fuck Boa Vista.
All right, first of all, you're big time now.
Surprise, boys.
Look
I
at
literally
this
got
guy.
home about 2 minutes ago. I saw you guys were still alive, so I thought, you know what? I'll run downstairs and everything up.
How you feeling, bro? How was today?
I'll be real. I've got the biggest headache, and I've lost my voice a little bit. But like, apart from that, it was incredible. The atmosphere was crazy, and like the goal that Potts scored, man. I still
Wayne Rooney-esque, bro. Amazing.
Like we saw him shoot, and I was just like, what are you doing?
I thought he overhit through ball so badly.
I was like watching,
and I was looking at it, and I was like, "No, Ramsdale's got this." And then it dipped a bit. I was like, "Surely Ramsdale's got this." And I saw it at the back of the net. I was like the stadium went crazy.
He didn't have it.
I've seen the reaction to Kim Kardashian as well. I was like, "That is crazy."
That's mental.
Did you kiss her?
Did you ask her? I told you asked her on
He has a missus.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, did you blow her a kiss?
No.
I told you. See if she wants to come on the show. How'd that go?
Yeah, imagine.
Imagine.
I don't think she would have heard me. Yeah, apart because to give credit to the Arsenal fans as well, they were quite loud. It wasn't just
they were. It sounded very raucous from both sets of fans.
The British fans are very calm, you know.
Well, some of them were. Some of them were trying to start fights with us. Like,
there's
it's
always
really weird how they enter this section. So it's like,
were you hyped when Adon? Were you hyped when Adon won the shootout toss to get? He won the toss to win the
to get it in our end,
and to win at the Sporting end as well.
I had a feeling that we won the game when they
El Capitan Adon, our GOAT captain.
Uzugu gave the ball away and they hit the post. And
that was the one where I'm like, surely
we won the game. Yeah. If we scored that ball, we won the
It
felt
reminded
bad
me
for
of
Sugo after
the
that.
England. It reminded me of the England-Germany game at the Euros a couple summers ago when it was like 1-0 England, and I think it was Thomas Muller or somebody on a breakaway, and it was just like slowly bounced and then like just missed the net or hit the post or something. It was like the same vibes.
But Sam, tell me something. How
Okay.
was it when Pedro Gonçalves scored that goal?
No one could be like, most of the reactions from everyone was just that. That was how it was. Even like, I couldn't believe it. I've literally had to turn around and be like, no
That's
way. That like the balls on him to shoot that against the best team in England at the moment, obviously, is just like a whole nother level. And man, I was shocked, but like
it had to
it
be
was
perfect, to be honest.
He was shocked. Every Arsenal fan was like, "What the fuck?"
Even
He
the
takes
Arsenal
that
fans on
shot.
TV, Sam, they were like, "Oh,
They were
my
like,
God,"
"Oh
they were
my
shocked what
God."
happened.
like I couldn't believe it. And then at the end as well, when Adan made that save from the corner, Alex went mental as well because it was such a good save, and like we see the replay on the big TV, and just like, oh, it's crazy.
Were you in the little corner with all the Sporting fans?
Yeah,
I was in the little
Sam,
corner.
I have bad news to tell you.
Go on.
It wasn't Adan who made the save. It was Diamande.
Was it?
It went past Adan and Diamande
did it?
was on the line.
Oh, okay.
But Adan made
Chris was waiting to say that as well.
Adan made a great save on the play before that.
Yeah,
though, to be fair.
So Sam, how many Portuguese were speaking Portuguese to you?
All of them spoke English to me, luckily. Apart from Mustafa, I saw him walk past.
You were telling him Mustafa again.
My friends got a photo with him. I said hello as he walked past.
He got a photo.
I didn't go any further than that. But shout out to Kevin, who used to be a part of here as well. He was there. My friend G as well was there. There's a few others that I met there that recognized me from the podcast. Eddie as well. There's a few others that I'm going to forget, but no, it was crazy. But the penalties, man. I generally felt sick, like with Noah.
people coming up.
You kidding me? I was like,
what were your thoughts when you seen this guy you live, bro?
Yeah, what did you think about us guys stepping up to take a penalty?
Well, the first one was Satan Just, and I was like, why? And then it was Esgai, and then it was Inacio.
Dude, there's nobody else. There's nobody
in
else.
reverse order.
Everyone's been subbed off.
Yeah, that is true. But I just couldn't watch it. And what was annoying, so where we were sat, the leader of the Derivativo was telling everyone to sing, and like he kept making eye contact with me because he was right in front of me, telling me to sing.
That's a tough spot.
I'm just sometimes I did, but most of the time I was just like, mate, let me just
enjoy the fucking game. Yeah.
Was it in English or Portuguese to sing?
Portuguese.
Oh, you would have been Portuguese.
Actually, there's a new chant. I don't know if you heard it on the broadcast. It was at Arsenal, and I can't remember exactly how it goes, but just like Benfica, your club is a shit. And that was it.
I like that.
I took the Twitter and was like, just like Benfica, you choke out of Europe.
I saw that.
And I might make a TikTok of that later on if you guys want to.
Sam, can you do me a favor?
What's that?
When you have time, first get some rest. But number two, can you please get a TikTok of me calling the result from last podcast?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
And then just post it with like the result today and be like, this guy knows something or something.
Well,
I trust your editing skills.
AFTV, like, this guy's delusional. They're not going to win. They're not going to win. And look what happens. And I was so close to actually predicting like what you did as well.
The Always Sunny in Philadelphia theme, but they're not going to win.
But Don's actually done pretty well.
Yeah.
But no, it was.
Are you Canadian, Richard?
I'm Canadian, yeah.
From Toronto, Montreal.
I'm literally like right in between both. I'm 3 hours from Toronto, 3 hours from Montreal. We're near the American border where I am in Kingston. French? I speak not anymore. I used to speak some decent French, not so much now. Ne parle pas français, monsieur.
Let's stick to English,
yeah. More English. We'll stick to English today, my friend.
Sam, you weren't on AFTV after the game, right? Like the post-match interview?
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
What was annoying about it is because there's train strikes in England, especially where in my city. The last train was 8 p.m. So obviously that's when the game started. So I had to get an Uber. It cost me £106 from Arsenal Stadium.
You need us to donate some money to you?
but it was literally the only way we could have got home. So it was just like
We
it
could
was
have
either
walked.
that or nothing.
And do
I mean,
you,
you could have walked,
do you
yeah.
really wanted to talk to Sam about? After
Yeah.
I
Of
would've
course,
walked.
bro.
I think they did speak to
You're
some
bitter.
Sporting fans.
Yeah, they had to speak to some Sporting
They
fans.
usually do after the game. They usually get like one.
I want to
or
hear
two videos
Ty's
of
excuses
posing.
after this, bro.
He
That's
did.
what I want to know.
Turkish
It was
did say
raining.
to me, he was like, "If you're there, text Robbie. Text me, and I'll text Robbie. Say you're coming." But I'm not gonna lie. One, I needed to get home, and two, I had a
Yeah,
massive headache. I just want to go home.
Nah, fair
Oh.
enough.
And
from England did you meet? Like, how many Sportingistas?
It's a few.
There
Sam,
was,
you got fans, by the way. Yeah.
I know, man.
You're big.
Like-
You're big time now.
The glow up is real though.
Yeah.
I know you have this.
Yeah,
little
you were
fitness
looking
TikTok on the
great.
side, bro. You're looking good, bro.
The
You're looking
jacket,
good.
the jacket with the kit, bro. You were
You're
looking
looking like a
dapper.
star.
You're making me blush, man. You really is. But
You represented us
You-
well. I was
Yeah, you
very
look like
proud of you.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I still haven't watched it back. I don't think I ever will because I just don't like watching stuff for myself back.
Now, you
But-
look
You did well. You did very
lost a lot
well.
of weight.
You
You
look
look
good.
good.
yeah, thank you, man. But yeah, it was great. It was definitely the best game I've ever been to. Top of the Dortmund one for me. And the streak is still alive, obviously, of me
Yeah.
not losing. Like when you go to a game, but who knows?
I saw the little video when you bypassed the Arsenal Stadium by train. That was really nice. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's all right. I had a weird day, so I had to go to King's Cross, which was past the Emirates. I had to go to the Sporting Cafe, which was like the other side of London. Then go back to King's Cross. Then go back out to Highbury, where everyone was there. Then walk to the Emirates. So it was a really busy day, to be fair. But
That's a lot of back and forth. Yeah.
Imagine if we make it to Budapest.
They ran out of beer too.
You might get
He tweeted
Yeah.
around at the
I
pub,
know,
ran out of
I
beer.
They ran out of beer.
What
What's up with that, Sam?
How did you do that?
what was that?
One of the pubs you guys went
Yeah.
to the pub, like they ran out of booze. They ran
It was
out of beer.
literally I got two beers out there, and then I went back to go buy one for my brother and my dad, and the girl at the bar was just like, "Sorry, we can't serve you now," and they
What
just
do you
kicked
mean?
everyone out of the pub. And I was like, I asked the bouncer, and he was like, "Oh, I think they've ran out." So what do you mean they've ran out? How do you
How do
run
you
out?
run
of
out of
beers?
beer on a match day?
At least give people apple juice and tell them it's beer. I don't know.
And then the local supermarket wasn't selling any because it was a match day as well. And then like all the pubs around like wouldn't let you leave the pub. There was like a Wetherspoons. I don't know if you know what that is. It's basically like a really cheap pub. Yeah, but you couldn't leave the place to bring beers out. So I think a lot of people just went and just didn't drink, to be fair. But I got
Then they
two
just
in.
went
So.
to the stadium.
So
Yeah.
we gotta make a deal. If we make it to the final, we all have to make it.
I'm there, baby.
Yes.
I'll
I'm
be
down.
I might be there next round, bro.
That's fair.
Wherever we go.
Even if you have to sell your cuecas and bicycles.
Bro, I can lie. You turn them inside out for a day. You're fine.
It's fair.
Hopefully
We
my
still got
roommate.
a long way to go.
Hopefully
Yeah,
my
we
roommate's
got ways to
not
go still.
listening, but I'll sell my
If I-
fucking
if I have
cat if
to-
I have to.
If I have to divorce my wife, I will. I'm gonna.
Well, let's go. That's the dedication we need.
Steph's gonna sell his
my
house.
dog. I love my dog. I love my beagle. So
Yeah,
I
you
could,
know,
I
it's
could,
worth
I
like
could swing
8K.
it. There's a lot of work to do still,
you
but
said you can
if
swing.
it
What are you
happens.
talking about now?
if it happens, I could swing it. I could do it.
I do
I know
wonder
you-
what the
I said you
allocation
can
would
swing
be.
it. What are you talking about?
It'd be well, because the stadium in Hungary is pretty big. It's like a 60
Yeah.
or 70,000 seater stadium. So you'd probably get like at least.
But I think when they
20K.
last had an
But
event
it's like
there,
a lot
it
of
was like it
corporate
wasn't
stuff.
50-50, was it? Yeah, it was like maybe 30-30 each, and
Yeah,
then
exactly.
the rest was like corporate celebrities. and
It's all
stuff.
sponsored, corporate, and neutrals.
If we make it to the final, I'm gonna be down there.
Here, Sam,
Yeah.
let me also bring up the teams here real quick. Oh, I
Mhm.
can't. I wanted to know who you prefer to get on the next round. Let me see.
I don't know off the top of my head, but if you get them up, I'll look.
Hold on. I got it here somewhere.
I like your jersey, Rich.
Thank you. This was my uncle was gonna get rid of it, and I said, "Could I? I'll take it." He goes, "Yeah, you can have it for free."
Telecom.
Yeah, it's the Telecel one. This is from the late.
He was gonna get rid of that.
90s.
Could have made a buck
He was-
with that, man.
That's what I told him. I said, "Bro, you know what this is going on for classic shirts right now?" I'm like, "This is like 100 some pounds, like 120, 130 pounds. I'll take that."
So Danny, who made it? Because
So it's our options are Fenerbahce.
No, our
United-
options are
or
Roma.
sorry, not Fenerbahce. Excuse me, Sevilla,
Course.
United, Union Saint-Guillaume, whatever they're called.
Belgium.
Juve, Feyenoord, Leverkusen, and Roma. Who are you taking, Sam? Or who do you think we're getting tomorrow?
I would obviously like Union. I feel like even though they did beat a very good team in Berlin, I feel like they're probably the weakest so far. But
Yeah.
I would also love Roma, man. I would love.
Thank you.
Like because I wanted Fenerbahce at first, obviously, but
Me
they got
too.
knocked out.
It would have
I-
been. It would have
I
been
don't want
fun.
Sevilla.
Fenerbahce.
I will
I'm
take
Yeah,
any other one
Sevilla's
apart from
scary.
Sevilla.
Sevilla's scary.
You know what? I'll take United.
I'll take United so I can go to the game. I'll take
Yeah.
Never gonna wait here, never
Now
gonna wait
listen, we play well against English teams. We
here.
Yeah, we show up to the
Yeah.
occasion.
Well,
That's true.
against
We
Tottenham,
matched them.
against Arsenal. I think we could be United. I think Bruno Fernandes in that game will be like, I have diarrhea or something.
But no, I would say I would love to get Roma. I think because obviously the thing is, right, you have to beat the big teams to
Yeah.
stay in the competition.
You're gonna have to beat
Otherwise-
another massive team, probably, regardless. If you're gonna win the thing, you're probably gonna have to beat at least.
It's all
one
good
more
teams from
massive
here on
team.
out.
Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even like teams like Feyenoord are doing really well in like the Eredivisie. I'm
Exactly.
pretty sure.
Yeah,
I would
first.
take Juventus as well. Like Juventus don't seem that special. I think.
Sam,
You
there
guys
is
are good, though.
one thing that I want to say to you before we sign off.
Okay.
And it's hilarious. It got brought up before. Remember a couple games ago where Esgaio was gonna take a pen, but then Pedro Gonçalves basically
Yes.
said, "Fuck off, mate."
I'll take
Yes.
it.
Aaron Ramsdale on the Esgaio penalty tried to react to it. He did not guess a side.
Yeah.
He tried to read him and then react. Do you think that the fact that Esgaio did not take that pen and therefore had no penalty kick history
The ripple effect.
threw Ramsdale off enough that his decent but not great penalty was enough to get by?
Yeah, 100%. And there's also, if you look at Inacio's one straight after,
Yeah.
because that was a poor penalty, but for some reason
Yeah.
Ramsdale just
Oh, man.
absolutely
Goal.
fucked it.
Yeah.
But like when this guy stepped up, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake! But everyone else
This
was
will
like,
be the guy to miss.
everyone said he was going to score, and I was like, has he taken penalties before? Maybe at Braga, I've not realised. But I was just like,
Nah,
okay.
dude, he has not.
But no, I was impressed.
I think with Esgaio, you got to give all the credit to Esgaio himself because he's been attacked at so many levels from everybody.
Yeah.
And
Negative shout out to Matt Turner, who started the first game and they were like, yo,
You're shite.
You're
sorry,
shit.
brother.
They
Sorry,
went full
brother,
try
but-
hard, and they
And then they
lost.
still lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they
Hell.
literally got 2 injuries in the first half an hour.
In the
I
first
know,
25
I know.
minutes or
In
so,
20
right off
minutes.
the bat.
And I'm just glad one of us made it to the game. Sam made it to the game and got to witness it.
I also don't know if it showed on the cameras, but when Xhaka scored, Fabio Vieira was doing that. To,
Yeah.
He
Scott
was
did it
So,
after he
Plot,
did it.
so I don't know if you've seen this yet, but Plot after the game did that.
Yeah.
for the Sporting
Plot
fans
did the
afterwards.
he did it right
Yeah.
in front of me because I
Nice.
stayed after.
Fabio Vieira is a fucking sore loser.
Yeah, fuck Fabio Vieira. He
Yeah.
fucking another thing I forgot about Fabio Vieira, the fucking Portista
Batista's mad.
scum. He fucking he tried diving in the box. The ref didn't call it. The ref was even telling him to get up,
Yeah.
but then didn't want to give him a yellow for diving. What a fucking piece
He's
of shit.
he's at the same level as Pep, which means
Like Portista. Portista,
Yeah.
Portista, caralho.
Yeah.
But no, he also got a lot of drinks thrown at him like when he was doing
So
that.
how many of you guys like my background? You guys didn't even
Love
say
it.
Yeah, you said
Beautiful, buddy.
It's pretty
Fucking
good,
awesome.
dude.
Huh?
It's pretty good. I'll meet you in Budapest.
Hey,
We'll meet you
you
there.
guys
Me and Danny will be on the same flight.
I'm gonna bring my wife Benfiquista, but we going. I already told her. She's like, "You crazy," but then she said, "Okay, I've never been to Budapest." I'm going.
I've heard it's
she
a
said,
great
Steph,
city.
if you're paying,
Beautiful.
she'll go.
I've never
I would
heard
rather
of,
go by myself because
I've
I've
never
heard
heard
Hey.
a bad thing about it. Everyone I know
Steph,
that's
if you're
ever
paying,
went
I'll
has
go.
loved it.
Me too.
I'm not gonna pay you, bitch.
It's a
It's
brilliant
okay, I make
city.
good money.
It's a brilliant city.
It is. It's nice.
I'll
It
give you
is.
$20, Rich. That's all.
That's 20 American dollars. That's like
That's
$100,000
$50 Canadian, buddy.
That's so much money.
No, seriously. I'm telling you guys. You make it to the fucking final.
We're going.
I'm going for sure.
Yeah.
Calma. We'll
We
talk.
got a
One
ways
game
to
at a
go.
time.
We'll talk.
Wait,
after
we'll
the next
talk.
round,
Yeah,
maybe.
we'll talk next. We'll talk after the draw. How about that?
Yeah.
Jogo.
What did Ruben and Remy always
The
used to
last
say? One
game,
game
the
at a
last
time.
game I watched
There
of
you go.
Sporting was against Shabs and we lost at home.
Oh, foda-se.
Oh, that's the don't go, bro. What the
Alright,
fuck?
Don't go.
yeah.
Stay at home.
I was
Sam,
still
you-
singing.
Sam, you go.
I was still singing. Yeah, Sporting, and we lost that.
Shit.
Yeah, we'll just skip through the both. The game, decisive 3-0 win. They'll just
There's
head
not
off
much to
the
add with that game. It
the
was
league
very
standings.
uneventful.
Exactly. Aside from that Rabona from Nuno Santos, that needs to be
Banger.
gone.
It's funny because
Banger from Nuno
had a
Santos,
goal of the year,
followed
and
by
then
a
Pot
banger
followed
this
it,
year.
yeah.
Exactly. Goal of the year from Nuno Santos, followed by the goal of the year with Pot.
Let's be real. It's never gonna win the Puskas though. It's not quite good enough. It's good,
What?
but it's never
It'll
gonna
be
win
there,
the
but
Puskas.
Pot?
yeah.
Pot might be up there now.
Nah.
That's an incredible goal.
Yeah.
But didn't
It's a
Lamella
great
win
goal.
the first class
They're gonna
award
be
once?
better.
That with
Who?
the same Rabona. Lamella against Arsenal. Did
Yeah,
he not
true.
win?
yeah.
He did. In 2019
And I'd say
and 2020.
Nuno Santos is
Nicer.
hit better than that one. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's different. It's different. Isn't it different competitions like Europa Liga and Portuguese League?
Well, it was Prem
it's-
versus Liga Portugal.
yeah,
That's the difference.
exactly. Yeah. Like I think Nuno Santos is competing for the
Goal of the year.
Pushka goal.
Yeah.
And Port is the Europa League goal of the year.
I mean, Pot could win the Puskas as
Yeah.
well. I mean,
Yeah,
but he won't. I don't think either of them will.
that was an awesome goal, bro.
Yeah. It was
The
so
year is still
sick.
young. Like
It
there's
was
gonna
so
be some
fucking
wild
sick.
goals.
My man Ramsdale went flying into the net, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
That made it even
when
better.
Port scored the goal, I
We deserved
almost
the
came.
goal. We deserved the goal at that point. I'll be
almost
fair.
came when Port scored the goal.
So this is obviously the league table. I just realized Sporting don't play until April now.
No, we got an international break coming up.
Got an
right
international
now,
break,
right?
but we don't have any games this weekend. Like there's gonna be some games, like between Porto, Braga, and Benfica also play. But Sporting's next game now is April 2nd. But so this is the league table for now. We do have a big game on the weekend, so I'm gonna ask all of you guys to predict. We have two big games actually on the weekend. Saturday we have Benfica at home against Guimarães. Benfica have pretty much walked away with the league, but I'm gonna just ask for predictions. I'm gonna say a 2-2 draw. How about you, Rich?
This weekend?
This weekend.
This Saturday, yeah, the 18th.
It's in Guimarães.
It's in Lisboa.
It's in Lisboa. You're hard pressed to bet against Benfica at home. I'd say 2-1 Benfica.
Yeah, it's more like
They probably get like a late winner, like a penalty, or
4-0.
like a penalty or something.
4-0 from Chris. Sam?
Sure.
3-0. I don't think they're losing another game this season, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably not. João Mari
Not
probably
until
with
they
a
play
brace. And Steph?
6-0 Benfica.
Whoa,
All right,
I'm the only one who
all
wanted.
right.
I'm the
All
only
right,
one who wanted
he
to give
Pedro
Guimarães
Gonçalves
somewhat of a
top
chance.
scorer of Chase.
Guimarães should open their legs. Well,
Oh.
how much-
And then the bigger one is on Sunday. Braga at home against Porto. Now, both of these
Huge.
teams we're kind of direct rivals with right now in terms of like us getting Champions League.
I feel like we almost want Porto to win, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's exactly the question I was going to
Yeah.
ask. Do we want to draw? Do we want Porto to win? What do you guys prefer?
Porto to win.
Porto to win, probably.
Yeah,
I think it's
Porto win.
probably
No chance
better,
that's
sadly, for Porto to win. I'll be honest.
And lastly,
If they
with
tie,
that-
if they tie, it's not a big.
yeah,
That's
It's not a
true.
big deal if they
It's
tie
not.
because we'll still
6
have a
points
game
could
in
be
hand.
3 points with our game in
A
hand,
win
right?
for Braga doesn't do us any favors,
No.
though.
No, it
Well,
does
see,
the
the only
negative.
tough game we have to play is against Benfica, and it's at home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We played against Porto Braga.
yeah.
And after our high that we got today from this big win, are Sporting making it in the top 3 for Champions League?
Monday.
I'm saying yes.
Is it
I'm
Monday?
saying yes, too.
I'm saying no because we're winning the Europa League and getting into Europe that way. Man.
Let's
I'm
fucking
saying no.
walk
I'm
it.
saying no, but we're gonna go on a hell of a Europa League run, and we might just shithouse our way to the
So
Europa League.
who are we playing on Monday?
We don't play anybody.
We don't
We
play
don't
any
know
game
yet.
this week.
We only play April 2nd because of international break now.
So we'll probably have an
which, by the
international
way,
break show.
International break, Ignacio's getting called up, which is sick.
Nuno
I thought he was
Sanchez
gonna have a
apparently
good-
getting called up.
run.
So
And Nuno Santos.
Benfica plays.
No, Nuno Sanchez. No, the convocatoria came out
plays
today.
this weekend, but not Sporting.
The convocatoria came out today. I'll show you guys.
Did it
No,
officially
it
come
didn't.
out? No,
Oh,
it's
was
coming
it?
out tomorrow.
Was it official?
No, dude.
No, it's all
It
rumors
comes
and
out
stuff.
on the 19th, I think.
It comes out tomorrow.
I thought I
think.
seen it this morning, and I thought it was official.
No,
No,
I
seen
think it comes out.
Ignacio
It comes
there.
out tomorrow. I think, but
Ronaldo got a
they
call
said
up.
that Ignacio and Nuno Sanchez were going to be called up,
Oh wow.
and
Okay,
Ronaldo.
then never mind.
and Ronaldo, which I think most people kind of figured. So yeah, no Sporting games coming up really for a little while, but we might do an international break show. We could do a nation. I'm down for a Nations League roundup. Get our first
down.
look at the Roberto Martinez era of
True.
Portuguese football.
True.
So you might still see us for a rare Seleção themed podcast.
I'm with James though. Screw international break. Give me
It's
Sporting,
just
especially after today.
it's just Nations League.
That's
games
what I
today,
want, bro.
right? Like,
Especially today, and now I don't want us to stop. I don't want this pause.
Yeah, I'm gonna
kinda
be
want 'em to
honest,
keep
like,
going.
We have like a lot of random content. We got a random content episode of just the random replies of y'all's to
Yeah, we gotta get
what sporting
that would be good.
opinion. It's like I think that if we ran through rapid fire where it's like no person is allowed to have more than 10 seconds on each one,
Yeah,
that would be a
fun with
sick
that.
episode.
I honestly,
I'm down for
I'm
that.
down to do that because there was some really funny.
Yeah, some of them are
There's
like
some
good,
really
where
good-
it's like, but I feel like if you only had 10 seconds max on each, it's like good take, a good take, good take. Ah, but
Hot
I don't know, but
take.
some
What is
because
this?
there are some. I'll be honest, there are some banger takes, low key, but there are also some shockers. So
most
maybe-
most of the ones that I read through.
that
I'm like,
shit
you know
went
what?
viral. It
Understandable.
had like a couple hundred quote tweets and
I
replies.
didn't expect it to when I tweeted it, and I'm not gonna lie, I
Yeah.
did steal it.
We had
off another
one. We had
page, but I was
one.
like,
We had one guy.
that.
Rip
Whatever
on us, that
reason,
was
that
it.
shit popped off. So
Yeah, we had one.
was-
I think we had like out of like a couple hundred like quote tweets and replies, like one guy got internet mad at us. I'm like, brother,
We
like,
got-
relax.
Today we have a few replies
heard
on the Adan propaganda tweet.
Oh,
There's,
yeah.
there was one guy that was like "Apaga Maluku," and I'm like,
There's
fair play,
always,
you
you
know
know
what I
what?
mean?
It's always the same.
we
Like,
we motivated Adan, in my opinion. I don't
it's
give a
always
fuck.
the same. Like 5 accounts that always like give
yeah,
us
I'm
hate,
gonna
by the
be
way.
honest. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we should resign Adan. So
I'm with you, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck Adan, bro. Thank you for today, though. But
Thank you for
it's-
today.
it's-
I appreciate
It's
it.
not it.
So let me ask you guys a tough question.
Shoot.
After today's win, how long do you think Mourinho will stay at Sporting?
One more season.
At
I've always
least
said
one.
this, though.
At least one more full season.
yeah,
Yeah.
one more
At the
season.
bare minimum. I think.
Unless
I
the team
think
gets
it
desperate this summer.
depends what team needs a coach come the summer.
That is a fair point.
I think Paris Saint-Germain job. I don't.
No.
I think it's exactly what
I
he's
think
gonna
it's
go.
his. I think it's his.
I think that's even
If he
Mourinho.
wants it.
You know where I think I can see Mourinho going, and it's only
English.
because we beat them this
The Premier
summer,
League, the
and
Premier
because we beat their rivals just today. I think it's Spurs, not this summer.
You think that-
earlier this year?
You think that's Spurs' job, eh?
I
Because
think he
Conte
needs a
might be
better
gone.
project than Spurs,
No.
though.
League.
he needs something that's. Yeah, I don't see the
No, hear me out. Hear me
other-
out.
There
I
will
say
be
this,
other prem jobs available.
but
it
as a lower,
depends.
yeah,
as a
like
lower,
status.
for example, like if
It's like
Leeds
Villa, but I don't
stays
see him
Or like
wanting to go to
Leicester,
Villa.
or
I don't want to see him
Villa,
in, Wolves.
or Crystal Palace or Wolves, maybe. Yeah, they
Mhm.
could
I don't
all
see him-
maybe.
I don't
yeah.
see him leaving Sporting for that. At least I see
Yeah.
him leaving Sporting if a Tottenham come around.
Manchester
Obviously, a
City,
PSG,
United, Tottenham,
United, but United's not looking for a new coach.
United.
Chelsea, I
United.
doubt are gonna look for
Chelsea,
a new coach.
maybe.
But Chelsea, even if they do look for a new coach, I don't think they go after Mourinho. They go after somebody proven.
No, I think they do go after Emery. They want a project
Chelsea.
to build around. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thirsty.
Mhm. But I think if they want a project, they stick with Potter. If they want to just say
Yeah.
fuck everything, let's go back to the Chelsea of old, they go after Simeone. I think Simeone is the perfect fit for
Simeone
Chelsea.
in the Prem would be hilarious. I would
Simeone,
pay for
Simeone
that.
to me is the Chelsea man. I think.
If I'm an owner of a British team, which is the best league in the world, let's just get
No, it's not.
that out of the way.
No, it's not. It's the Portuguese league, baby. We just beat the
No,
champions.
no,
Bunch of farmers in
The
England.
Premier League is the best league in the world.
No, it's
Yeah,
not, bro. Liga
Premier
Nos,
for
baby.
farmers.
Hands on that.
Liga B win.
I'm telling you, I want a coach like Mourinho. And
Of
Mourinho
course.
will be awesome in the Premier League because the way he thinks, it fits all the criteria of the Premier League.
I love Amorim. I hope Amorim. I didn't want him to leave when we were in that bad period. I never wanted Amorim to leave, to be honest. Amorim, tactical manager, perfect. I thought he could have done better with this. I think Amorim's biggest flaws is his substitutions, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Other than that,
that's a
everything
very
else
fair
you have
assessment.
on lock. Because the substitutions today, I got it to a certain degree. Like, we were doing so good, you don't want to change anything that early, like 60, 70. I think that's why our first sub was in like the 80th.
Yeah, he
90th,
waited.
like,
He waited
80th
a
minute.
while to make subs.
But there's nothing you can do when you.
But I got it. I got it because we played well.
Yusugu made that mistake. There's nothing a coach can do.
Mr. Sugu, he played well, I think. I thought Sugu did
The
okay.
one mistake he made, they barely
But they didn't
missed
score.
the goal.
They didn't
I
score.
think Asuga did well defensively, but offensively,
Yeah,
I think he
of
gave the
course.
ball away way too many
course.
times. Obviously, that one pass to was it Trossard, I think maybe
Yeah.
put him through, and obviously, I like it was good for all the Sporting players went straight up to him and like gave him a hug and like calm down, it's all good. So
And Shimite is a great player, but you could still see like
He also put things through on goal though too. He passed it to Sugu, like the hardest pass in the world. I blame both of them on that play.
Yeah.
And Paulinho got on my fucking nerves, bro.
I thought Paulinho did all right today.
I know he did okay.
Hey, Paulinho pissed me off.
Okay, minus the scoring the goals, but I'm used to him not scoring goals anymore. Other than that, I thought he played all right.
And Edwards, I mean, let's talk about Edwards. Holy shit, you guys scored that goal.
Yeah. How was the mood in the
It's like Paulinho against Boavista, you know?
Yeah. How was the mood in the Emirates at that, Sam, with Edwards 1-on-1?
because it was saved more than missed, like Paulinho's, I don't think anyone reacted to it too badly, and I think Ramsdale milked a bit of like
Stopped it with his
afterwards.
face, but yeah.
There were more booing Ramsdale for being on the floor than they were for
Love
Edwards.
that.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if the reaction showed like the camera showed Edwards' reaction at the end, like after he missed. But he was
They did.
kicking the grass and
Yeah.
he was.
They showed a bit of that, yeah.
Hey, Danny, ask the question. MVP of the game.
Yeah, great
Oh, yeah,
great
we
point.
already did man of the match.
Man of the match. Yeah, I'll ask all of you guys. That's a good point. Let me start with mine.
Go around. Yeah.
I only want to start with mine because I've been shitting on him for like a year and a half.
Paulinho.
Antonio Adan. Antonio Adan. It has to be. Without Adan, we lose today, or we don't make it to penalties.
Indeed.
That's true.
I'll go second. To me, was the how do you say it? Diomandi?
Diomandi, yeah.
You played well.
I mean,
That's a fair share.
it's not just because he played well. I was watching him carefully because he's taking over Kouatz's position. It's more than natural. And the way he composed himself, going back, going forward, and then watching the whole game, his vision, I loved it.
Yeah.
So that's why I picked him.
I think he has no business being that confident, which I love.
Only 19.
19 comes from Mafra. He played in Mafra.
Yeah, playing in
a month-
division like a month and a half
2 months
ago.
ago. 2 months ago, he was playing at Mafra.
Here's the thing. To be fair,
That's
if you remember, against Gil Vicente, Coates was out again, and Marsa played at the center, and Diomandi played at the center today. But what a much bigger game today was.
Oh,
If you're
thrown to
guy-
the wolves.
A league game against Gil Vicente, which is still a big game, but a champion or a Europa League knockout game is different.
Against Arsenal, against England's
Against a
champions.
top team.
And
like that.
just
And he really didn't put a foot wrong, I'll be honest.
And Diamandi's got a few inches on
He's huge. He's a giant. He's a fucking vending machine.
What type of inches are you talking about this though?
You
He's also
seen
very
Marcel
tall.
like that?
That's what I mean. Feet size,
Ivory
feet
Coast,
size.
is it?
Ivory Coast, yeah.
Ivory Coast, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what they say about big feet? Big shoes.
And he had some big shoes to fill in, but he
he
filled
did.
them in very well.
Olha, Richard.
Don was the captain.
Yeah, Dan was the captain.
That
Chris,
was
you're man of the
captain.
match.
You
Sam,
could
I'll leave
say
Sam for left.
Big shoes means big dick. Come on, that was
Nah, I wasn't insinuating
Or a
that.
big nose. What do you
come
mean?
on.
Chris,
My
you're
man of the match, despite getting sent off in the 117th.
Ugarte played well. That fucking
Ugarte.
shot. Sorry.
Oh,
That fucking
bro,
shot.
if he had scored that.
The shot where he took 4 hesitations before he decided to
Fake
shoot it.
shot it twice.
And it was this much away.
And then he still missed it just a bit wide. The tackle that gets him sent off eventually is reckless as fuck.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he's gonna miss the next game.
Yeah.
But he was a monster for us. Hopefully, I mean, we will get Maritza back, but like when Asugo came in, it wasn't quite the same. Then.
Yeah.
He has some maturity. But it will be good, but he's not there yet.
Agreed.
Yeah, you see
It's
flashes
a
of
shame
it.
that we're missing him because he is a critical player.
It takes time.
Rich?
It's like Shumite and Paulinho. Paulinho
Who's my
is-
bet?
he
Yeah,
wants to do well. Paulinho is more mature.
agreed.
Yeah. Man of the match, Kim Kardashian. No. Man of the match. I'll give it to
answer.
Adon. Someone's got to give it to Adon. I'll give it to Adon.
What an answer.
I'll give it to Adon. He made like several good saves. Made the save on the penalty kick. Won the coin toss to get it to be the penalty kicks on
That's
our
huge.
end,
That's huge.
which was huge. That's what I was hoping. I'm like,
That's
please just let
odds.
it be at our end. That gives us a bit of more of a shot. So I'll give it to Adon.
Fair. Sam, last but not least, the one that saw it live. Who's your man of the match?
Before I actually give it, I'll just say a shout out to all 3 centre backs. I thought they were
Facts.
absolutely
Yeah,
incredible.
phenomenal today.
To be fair, the whole team played pretty well, but I think the centre backs especially were very good. But I'm going to give mine to Ugarte as well, man. He was so good, and I have not seen the replay, but I thought he got the ball on the second tackle, the one that got him sent off. But everyone was like, no way. So I was like,
First
he did
tackle was
not.
soft. First yellow was soft. That second
First
tackle
yellow
could
was
have
Second tackle
finished
was the
straight red.
opposite of soft.
First
But-
yellow,
But I think it's Artur's fault for that one, to be honest.
Now I
It
gotta
is a
tell
little
you,
bit, yeah.
I gotta tell you, Skayu also played a phenomenal game.
This guy's been
Someone
playing
that
well.
was highly criticized almost the whole season. He was pretty good. I mean, Sam would know better than us.
let's
Yeah.
not get carried away here.
No.
You
Let me give
put
these
him
guys.
back,
Let me give these guys a bit more love. We didn't talk about the Boavista game, but that Boavista game, he was immense.
Yeah, he was
He was
good.
the man of the match in my eyes in that Boavista game. Got an assist to Paulinho. Imagine Isgaio and Paulinho.
Almost had an
Isgaio
assist
assist to a
today.
Paulinho goal. It's like
Yeah.
it's just magic. I think it was just destiny. But
Here's the thing, like I have like a scale for like rating players, but I almost like have it relative to themselves. So it's like as Guy's performance today, not only was it against Arsenal, like in a very critical game, but it was slightly above average for his own performances. So if you pair that together, that's like
that's a 10 out of 10.
That's a normal right back
That's a
performance.
20 out of 10. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a
Here's
6
the
out of 10
thing.
performance for Porto.
But the thing,
And here's the thing, like he in the first half, like he definitely like he gets nervous and like doesn't want to do anything and just passes it backwards. But he had a couple moments where like once his confidence grew a bit, like he almost crossed it in. Like he's not a 5.5 million for 80% of his past player, which sadly is what he was. But like
Yeah.
he is what he is. We got a couple months left of the season. We just got to try to make do with what we have. You know what I'm saying?
But what I like about Gaio and Adon today, which he didn't complicate the game, was that when he saw himself in a pinch, he kicked the ball away. And sometimes he had
stuff. He made a great save with his right hand. He made a great save.
If your coach tells you you have to, keep your composure and keep control of the game, keep possession of the ball, but when you can, you have to kick it away. That's why Gaio and Adon did today.
It's Jao.
And that's why
Jao
he kept in the game.
because when they found themselves in a difficult position, they said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna kick it away," and I'm fine with that. Sometimes you have to play a cafeña. Chuta aquela merda para opinião. Foda-se.
It's better to just give away possession temporarily than to make a fuck up.
And when you play the English way, like Sam does, like Sam likes it, it's even better because we're playing against the way they used to play. Kick the ball and let the best win the ball.
Facts. All right, boys. We'll end that there. Big win for today. Be sure to follow everybody here. I'm going to bring up one quick tweet that, Sam, I'm going to pass it off to you in terms of bringing it up. But, of course, let me just first say, follow Rich there on Twitter. Follow myself there. Sam there again. He has some good content coming up. Chris, of course, shout out to Steph. But follow the page, more importantly, Sporting160_EN. Sam, take it away of a last reminder of this giveaway we're doing.
We're so close.
Oh yeah, so I've not checked the numbers recently, but when I last checked, it was 110 away from 1,000 subscribers.
I think it's less now.
We're at 112. We're at 912 now.
Wow.
Okay, so literally,
it
could be in the next few weeks. So make sure you subscribe to try, and obviously put proof that you have subscribed as well, so you could have a chance to win a sporting shirt. I think overall it's like €100. I don't know what that converts to in pounds. Probably like £93 if you're outside of Portugal. But we'll cover everything: delivery, stuff like that, shipping. But yeah, all you have to do is subscribe, take a screenshot, and reply to the pinned tweet. Link probably in the description as well. You can have a chance to win a free sporting shirt.
Facts.
Plus a bottle of water.
All right, boys, another good one. We'll see you on the next round of the Europa League. To everybody else listening in, thanks for listening, and of course, follow us Sporting160_EN on Twitter, Sporting160EN everywhere else, and more importantly, Viva Sporting!
Viva Sporting, caralho!
Viva caralho!